And what a perfect game to schedule smack dab in the middle of the NCAA tournament. A lowly Brooklyn Nets team hosting the highly New York Knicks team here tonight in Barclays Center in New York. Technically an away game for the Knicks, but we all know really a home game for the Knicks. So let's go ahead. There's not much to talk about on the Nets side, so we can break it down the Knicks as much as we want and feel no shame about covering the Brooklyn Nets. We'll run through it as quickly as we can, so let's go ahead, let's dive into it, and let's start the show. That's right, folks. Yes, indeed. We are back yet again here this afternoon. It's a late afternoon, late night game here. Not really a late night game, but here at night for the late game. That is the New York Knicks taking on the Brooklyn Nets. And like I said, there's not really much to cover on the Brooklyn Nets side. The NBA does this purposefully. Right? They start scheduling a lot of the bottom tier type of matchups around this time of the season because it is in preparation, of course, for the NCAA tournament taking all of the attention away from the NBA for a couple of weeks here. So we have matchups like the Golden State, kind of Golden State Warriors, but matchups like the Indiana Pacers, matchups like the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to have a Washington Wizards game, a New Orleans Pelicans game. And so this is a moment for the New York Knicks to take advantage of a slight spot, a small, easy spot in their schedule here. So before we get to breaking down our New York Knicks and talking about them and everything that's going on with the Knicks, because it's been 2 days off, right? It's been a nice break for the New York Knicks. Again, right smack dab in the middle of this easy portion of their schedule. So I believe they're also going to have a couple of guys rested. I think Josh Hart is out yet again here today. If my mouse is dead, it's going to suck. Let's go ahead and turn that thing back on. Oh, that's awesome. Did my mouse die? Did the battery on my mouse die? Let's pull it out. Let's put the battery back in. And there we go. That always works. I believe on the New York Knicks, Josh Hart is out. Karl-Anthony Towns is questionable. Josh Hart is out. And Deuce McBride remains out. But he has been participating in contact drills. That was reported as of 3 days ago. He is participating in contact drills. There was also a video that came out earlier today of him on the court going through a little bit of a warm-up, a little bit of a workout. Hopefully he is about 2 weeks out. That would bring us to about a week and a half. That'd bring us to early April. Obviously, we know about second week of April is when the season ends. We can look at the official end of the season, which is around a week and a half into April. So if he can come back for the last 3, 4, 5 games maybe, boy, oh boy, would I be ecstatic for Deuce McBride. Rafael Torres, Justice Dad, Reddy Samedy. What's up, Reddy? Appreciate you, brother. Eric C. Ernest Cash. Appreciate you, Ernest. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into it. Also, before we do that, let me look up now because I knew Josh Hart was going to be out. I didn't realize Karl-Anthony Towns was also going to be questionable. And why am I in caps lock? The world may never know. David Osh Jr. What's up, David? So let's go ahead and look up. Usually James Edwards III is right on top of the injury news. Let's see if he has anything. Knicks starters. Karl-Anthony Towns is available. So Brunson, Shamet, Bridges, Anunoby, and Karl-Anthony Towns here tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the last time the New York Knicks matched up with the Brooklyn Nets, they ran them off. They embarrassed them. They won by 54 points, I believe it was. They only held them to 66 points scored. So I'm sure the Brooklyn Nets are going to come out and try to redeem themselves, have a redemption type of performance. I highly doubt they'll be able to put enough together to actually beat the Knicks here today. We'll go through why when we go through their section, which is not going to be very long. As a matter of fact, they have a litany of injury guys hurt, and majority of them are unavailable, I should say. including guys like Day'Ron Sharpe. That's a rough one. Igor Gemin, Michael Porter Jr., Noah Clowney, and Terrence Mann, all on the injury report here for the Brooklyn Nets. So I don't even know who we could talk about for the Brooklyn Nets. We can go through their roster, but boy, oh boy, is it just a litany of guys who are like, all right, let's look this guy up. Let's look this guy up. It's going to be that kind of night for the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, they're going to be playing their younger players, but instead of doing all of that, we could start where we always start. And that's with the captain, Jalen Brunson. There's really not much to talk about. Again, it's been 2 days off. It's been a little bit of a easier schedule. We could talk about how the Cade Cunningham injury is going to impact the Knicks, but real quick, let's go through it. This game, I'm not really looking forward to it in the sense that I don't think the Knicks are going to struggle tonight, nor should they struggle. As a matter of fact, if they do struggle, if they do have a performance like they did against the Santa Cruz Warriors the other day, and they play down to the competition, it's going to be a rough night. It's going to be a rough night in terms of the criticism that will be levied to the New York Knicks. So they got to come in. They got to obviously take care of business against the Brooklyn Nets. If they do, they'll jump up to 20-16 on their road schedule, which is solid. Not blowing anybody away. They'll jump up to 46-25 in the season. Again, we'll check the standings real quick and go around the NBA and see what the NBA slate is offering. But let's go ahead. Let's talk about Jalen Brunson. He missed the previous game. The Knicks looked good. They moved the ball around. Jalen Brunson now back in the lineup today. If the ball doesn't move to the level that he did before against the Indiana Pacers, people will levy criticisms against Jalen Brunson. But that is kind of where we're at in the season, where we're just kind of nitpicking, trying to poke at stuff to see what's going on with the New York Knicks, man. Mindset John, what's up, Mindset John? Ready for tonight and a victory. Like the denim, look kind of relaxed. It's a relaxed look today. It is a relaxed look today. Again, this Brooklyn Nets team is bad. The Knicks pummeled them the last time they met with a 54-point beatdown. They only allowed them to score 66 points in the game. So I don't expect a repeat performance of that per se, but I don't expect this to be a very good, high-level, entertaining game. And there's a multitude of reasons for that, including the litany of injuries that the Brooklyn Nets are dealing with. So Jalen Brunson, I'm expecting to come out, do your thing, get some buckets, feed some other guys, get in the game, get your numbers, and get out of here. Get out of here as healthy as possible. That is the name of the game at this point, coming down the end of the season. Croywin? What's up, Croy? Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Same with Karl-Anthony Towns, who was questionable coming into this game. This is a perfect opportunity for guys to come in and out of the lineup and get their rest. And like Josh Hart will not be playing today. Karl-Anthony Towns is questionable to play today. He is indeed playing. This should be an easy night for Karl-Anthony Towns as well. No real big men to match up with him. They do have Nick Claxton available, but Nick Claxton not in the same level as Karl-Anthony Towns. So like Jalen Brunson, come in, get your numbers, stay healthy, get the heck out of the game, feed your teammates, make sure everybody gets a touch and everybody keeps it going, right? That is the name of the game today. I want to see everybody in rhythm, and that is including, and especially not OG Anunoby. Shout out OG Anunoby, do your thing. No Michael Porter Jr. today, so we'll see who he ends up guarding. It's not really that type of game. OG Anunoby continue to attack the basket. I think that's been the most promising thing we've seen from OG Anunoby, is that he is relentlessly attacking that basket. But if we go past OG Anunoby, the guy we need to see it, and he's playing his old team. And we know players playing their old team tend to play well because they want to stick it to the team that traded them away. Now, this was a weird situation where the Brooklyn Nets kind of wanted Mikal Bridges off the team, but that should inspire Mikal Bridges to actually play harder here today. And that is, of course, the guy who has the spotlight on him here tonight, because he will probably have the greenest of green lights of anybody on the team. Obviously, Anunoby, Towns, Brunson, they have green lights to kind of do what they need to do in order to get their offense off. But Mikal Bridges has been mired in an absolute terrible funk. My goodness, has it been bad. So much so that people are like, do we pull Mikal Bridges out of the starting lineup? And you can't even really push back on it too hard. You can't. I want to, because I understand the benefits of having Mikal Bridges in the starting lineup, and despite the fact that he's been in a bad shooting slump, does not take away from the fact that the defense, I think, has been pretty high level outside of maybe a game or two. It's been pretty high level. And he's getting decent looks. He's just not knocking any of them down. He'll get to that point again. But it's got to start in a game like tonight where there's very little consequence to the Knicks actually losing. You can kind of go in there and do what you got to do. Do what you got to do to get yourself going. And if that's taking 20 shots tonight, then Mikal, get them shots up, big dog. If that's attacking the paint relentlessly, then attack the paint relentlessly. If that's settling for mid-range fall-away jumpers, then man, just settle for those mid-range fall-away jumpers as long as you're knocking them down, right? This is what we need from Mikal Bridges tonight. A coming out party, reintroducing yourself back to the Knicks faithful, because there are a ton of people who are losing faith on you, man. Right? You'll never live up to the trade. That's already been answered. That was answered literally second one when everybody found out what the trade was, and we all had the same reaction. It was like, oh, that price is way too high. Mikal Bridges, brother, wake up. Because your team needs you, right? And on a night like tonight, I don't really think there's a way the Brooklyn Nets can win this game unless the Knicks are just flat out awful and decide to not show up and are half asleep as the game's going, which I don't expect to happen for the New York Knicks here tonight. Even in that case, I think it's going to be a dogfight at the end. They'll beat the Brooklyn Nets tonight. That's not really up for debate. That's not really a question I have in my mind. It's more so, who can they get going here tonight? Benzino, what's up, Benzino? Nets should have stuck with Killian Hayes. Is crazy. Naughty Goes, what's up, Naughty Goes? Ready to see the Nets break another record tonight? That would be crazy. Jessica Griffith, what's up, Jessica? Let's go Knicks, absolutely. CEO King, what's up, CEO King? Brunson for 24? I think that's a pretty good number. John Corley, what's up, John? So, to me, all eyes are on Mikal Bridges. Spotlight directly set on Mikal Bridges here tonight. Everybody else, like Brunson could have a terrible shooting night. Towns could have a terrible shooting night, a bad defensive night. He could have a million turnovers. Same with OG Anunoby. I don't care, because those guys, for the most part, have been playing well. You know, obviously, majority of the season, all season, and as of late, they've had their moments where it's like, oh yeah, we know who they are. We know who Brunson is. We know who Towns is and has been this season. We know what OG Anunoby can do. Mikal Bridges is the guy we're looking at like, are you fitting in or are you fitting out right now, right? So he is the guy I'm looking at tonight. Like, okay, like I said, a non-consequential night where I don't think the win tonight is in balance. Like, it's firmly in the Knicks' grasp. They just got to stuff it in their pocket and walk up out of the building. That's what they got to do. And I think it should, I don't think it has to be, but it should be led by Mikal Bridges, who has a lot of things going for him here tonight. No Josh Hart. You're playing against your former team in their arena. You've been mired in a funk, and they're excruciatingly bad, dealing with a ton of injuries, and they're tanking towards the end of the season here. So, you know, handle business, Mikal. Get back on track. Eventually, it's got to happen, right? Darnell, what's up, Darnell? Farm Boy TV, what's up, Farm Boy TV? Rafael Torres said, Brunson 50? I mean, I'd take a 50 ball, of course, but, Knicks don't need it, per se. George, what's up, George? Happy to see you, man. Josh Hart, like I said, is out. He's out tonight. Mostly rest kind of stuff. I mean, the last time we saw him against the Pacers, he was like 10 for 11 from the field, 33 points. It was a ridiculous outing for Josh Hart. Set a Knicks scoring high since being a Knick. His career high is like 44 points. He had 33 points against the Pacers, and it was as close to a perfect game as you might ever see an NBA player get with over 30. It was truly a spectacular game from Josh Hart. He will not be playing today. He played so well, he earned himself a nice rest. What is the injury he's actually out with? Knee. They just wrote knee. Yeah, he's out there with a little bit of rest. A little bit of rest for Big Josh. Rafael Torres said OG's going to play tonight. OG's going to play tonight. The only guy who is out is Josh Hart and, of course, Deuce McBride. But we got a little bit of an update on McBride. Darnell said Mikal Bridges is a playoff performer in the playoffs. He is, but you want him hopefully shooting it well going into the playoffs, so you can really show his worth, right? Pietro Costella, what's up, Pietro? Will. What are you shoving up today? Hopefully just a nice, calm, easy meal for the Knicks to just go ahead, eat their meal and get up out of this building, man. Get up out of this building. Get out of here with a win. We'll also break down the Knicks' remaining schedule. We'll look at the Pistons' remaining schedule because of the Cade Cunningham injury, and then, of course, we'll get to the game here tonight. Benzino said this game most definitely has the potential to be high scoring. I mean, yeah, it should. The Nets are not a good team, let alone a good defensive team. Supreme Vader, what's up, Supreme Vader? Mitchell Robinson, not much to say about Big Mitch. Like, come in, grab your rebounds, block some shots, get up out of this game as healthy as possible. That is number one goal. For everybody else outside of Mikal Bridges, is get your stats and get out of the game healthy. That is the number one goal. Update on Deuce McBride. Buzzer beater, what's up, Buzzer beater? Update on Deuce McBride. He is taking a little bit of contact in practice. He participated in a couple of the contact practices or contact drills during practice, which is great to see for Big Deuce. Great to see. He's coming back. There is still heavy optimism that he'll be back for the end of the regular season here for the last couple of games, handful of games, before we go into the playoffs so he can get back on the court and build that rhythm up again. Remember, he doesn't really have chemistry. Actually, I don't think he has any chemistry with Jose Alvarado because they haven't been able to share the court together. Just that said, St. John versus UNI is on. It is indeed. It is indeed. And honestly, if we weren't doing games for the Knicks, because we don't miss games, right? Like, I wasn't going to cancel the game. That's not really an option in my mind. But I really do want to watch that St. John's game. Deuce McBride was also seen on the court before the game started here today, going through, a couple of warm-up drills, nothing too intense, just, getting handoffs, runs to the rim for layups, repeating that process over and over again, taking a couple of jump shots and whatnot. So it's great to see Deuce McBride on the court and actually moving pretty well. I'm pretty optimistic he'll be back for, at least last somewhere around, 3 to 5 games of the regular season. Landry Shamet is indeed in the starting lineup. He replaces the injured, resting Josh Hart here tonight. He's also, like Mikal Bridges, been mired in a funk. So it'd be nice to see Landry Shamet knock down some shots again. Hopefully that can get him going again for this stretch run of the regular season. The Knicks have an opportunity to maybe jump up to the 2 seed, let alone maybe even the 1 seed. We'll see. So get back on track, Landry. Get back on track, Mikal Bridges. Those are the 2 guys I'm watching most closely here tonight. We finally got Jose Alvarado going a little bit the other night where he knocked down a couple threes against Indiana, had 16 points, 10 assists, only 1 turnover. That turnover was literally the last play he was involved in. He tried to shovel a pass to Josh Hart, and they just miscommunicated. He shoveled it out of bounds. That was his only turnover of the game, and it was the 4th quarter. The game was already decided. Then he subbed down. That was it. That was his only turnover. So in my mind, he had a almost perfect point guard game where he had 16, 10, no turnovers. Knocked down 3 threes, I believe, 4 threes, something like that. Knocked down 3 or 4 threes, and it was nice to see him actually finally knock down some shots because boy, oh boy, does he need it. He was, like the other guys we've talked about, mired in this funk that just did not really make sense to me because he's a capable shooter, and he had open looks, and just wasn't knocking anything down. Finally got to a game where he knocked down a couple of shots. Hopefully he does it here tonight as well. Just that said, Jose's been the Febuton? You're trying to say fraudulent? I don't know what we're trying to say, just that. He finally got back on track. So let's hopefully he is on track and back to being the Jose Alvarado that he has been his entire career. Our boy, our guy, kind of out of the rotation right now, Mo Diawara. It felt like a mainstay in the rotation going into the playoffs, and now kind of back out on the outside looking in. Mike Brown is leaning more into Jordan Clarkson, which, okay, I get it because Mo Diawara was exhibiting some of those rookie tendencies that you see, and for a team competing for a championship, you can't really have that. But Roy Valentino De Broy, for Mo Diawara, he's not buried on the bench. He's not fully out of the rotation, but it seems like he's going to have to try and earn some rotation spots again. I've said this before, and I still believe it, that when Deuce McBride comes back, I fully expect guys like Mo Diawara and Jordan Clarkson to be entirely out of the rotation. It's just too many guys to go to at that point who are better than them and more consistent than them. But shout out Mo Diawara. Shout out Mo Diawara. Just that said, Eid Mubarak to Mo Money. Absolutely. Shout out Mo Diawara. Eid is tomorrow, I believe, right? Keith, what's up, Keith? You are wrong? What am I wrong about? David Oz Jr., what's up, David? We're going to need Mo in the playoffs. Need is doing a little bit of heavy lifting. I don't think they need Mo. I do think he would be beneficial to have going in the playoffs. The thing with Mo Diawara is, we could say positively, you don't know what you're going to see out of Mo Diawara every single night. He was showing us something new, whether it was a Euro step in the paint to elude a defender for a nice scoop layup, whether it was knocking down 4 threes, whether it was taking the ball off the bounce and throwing a cross-court pass, a swing pass to an open shooter, right? It was all nice. It was beautiful. And the development is sky high. And we look at Mo Diawara as a possible future building piece for a team post the Brunson era. That's awesome. He's still 20 years old. He's still, a guy who just came to this country playing a brand and style of basketball that he's never played in his life. And there's still moments where you could see, oh, he's processing this not as quickly as you need to process it, right? And the playoffs are a much different beast than the regular season, where teams have game planned against you. They know every single action you're trying to run. They know every single play you might try to go to, which is why you need guys like Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, who are supremely talented, who could say, okay, everybody get out of my way, let me cook, right? That's why you need guys like that. For everybody who's like, Jalen Brunson needs to be more of a passer. And it's like, actually, I like when Jalen Brunson, when things get bogged down, tells everybody, you know what? Since you're all going to be trash, you go stand in the corner, and I'll put the cape on and I'll bail us out, right? You don't need that every single time in every single possession, but I do like when Jalen Brunson is like, you know what, guys? You're messing everything up. Let me get us back on track, and then you guys can hop on the bandwagon. But as far as Mo Diawara goes, again, like, he's not entirely out of the rotation, but he's useful, and you're going to use him in spot minutes. And if he's good in a moment or he has a matchup advantage, throw him out there, see what he can give you. But they're not going to be reliant on Mo. He's not a mainstay in the rotation the way I had hoped he would be, the way you guys, I'm sure you had hoped he would be and whatnot. But Mo Diawara, like I said, no one's higher on Mo than me. No one is higher on Mo than me. Like I said, I referred to him as a possible building block for the post-Brunson era. There is literally no higher compliment you can pay a young player who is averaging 3 points a game, So he said, Mo is playing very well. No, he's not. He's had really nice moments, and the last couple of games, the reason why you didn't see him in the rotation in the Indiana game is because he has not been playing very well. He's been turning it over. He's been missing open shots. And these are consistencies that you need guys to come with when you're a championship contending team. The Knicks are not a mid-tier team. They're not even an upper mid-tier team. They're a championship contending teams. And if you have a guy out there who's maybe going to hesitate on the three-point shot or is not entirely sure about whether or not he's going to shoot the three or drive it in this scenario, or when he does drive it, is he always looking to the opposite wing, right? Which is a great pass the first, once or twice you make it, but come the third time, the defense is ready for it, and they've jumped the lane on a couple of them from him. He's been out of position and picked up some silly fouls every now and again, and he's not playing poorly by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not saying he's been playing bad, but he's not been playing well. He's not been playing great. If he was, he'd be in the rotation. Jordan Clarkson's been playing well, actually, which is why he's jumped him in the rotation right now. And it is, by the way, the 9th and 10th spot in the rotation. These guys are not going to be mainstays in rotation, especially come playoff time. But here tonight against the Brooklyn Nets, I want to see some Mo Diawara. I want to see 20-plus minutes from Mo Diawara. First of all, because I wanted to see to be a blowout from jump, but also because these are the exact kind of games you want Mo Diawara out there gaining as much experience as possible. So when his number is called, and it will be called at some point in the playoffs, I believe. It's not going to be every single game in the playoffs. It's not going to be for every single series. He's going to garner some DNP CDs. But when his number is called come playoff time, I'll need him to be ready. I need him to be able to contribute. Isaiah Gardner, with Isaiah. A lot of Nets players not playing today, absolutely. Raymond, Mo can do it. Mo can do it. He can do it. Just maybe not right now on a consistent basis. At 20 years old, playing in a brand new country, in a brand new system, right? In a brand new style of playing basketball in the NBA. This is a completely different style as opposed to where he came from, right? Nobody plays NBA basketball except for the NBA. Isaiah Gardner said, just know I want the Knicks to beat OKC. I need that win. I need that win. We were so close, and we're going to have Mitch this time. We'll go through because there's not much to cover with the Brooklyn Nets. We'll go through the Knicks schedule in a second here. Bruce said, finally a game I can put my feet up and just enjoy. I hope so. I have a very strong feeling we're going to see a lot of guys like Jeremy Sohan, who is not a part of the normal rotation, but I do hope we get to see him for heavy minutes, probably in the fourth quarter here tonight. No Josh Hart, so maybe we see some Jeremy Sohan a little bit earlier here tonight. Ahmed, what's up, Ahmed? Raymond, Mo can do it. He can do it. He can indeed. Jordan Clarkson is the guy who's taking the Mo Diawara spot right now. Right, like before, Mo Diawara was taking the Jordan Clarkson spot because he was playing better. Now, Jordan Clarkson, they needed a little bit more of a scoring punch, so they're going to Jordan Clarkson over Mo Diawara. Makes sense to me. It has worked out wonderfully for the New York Knicks for the most part, outside of a couple of bumpy defensive spots for Jordan Clarkson. But for the most part, it's worked out well. And I've liked seeing Jordan Clarkson get dusted up off the bench. And this is exactly the example you need to set if you're going to be, 33 years old on the downside of your career at this point. He started the year a little bumpy as a part of the rotation. He was a mainstay in the rotation. He was brought into, with high expectations, and he was okay. He was okay. He had some good moments. He had some not so good moments. And ultimately, 40, 50 games into the season, he slowly got phased out of being in the rotation. Eventually, got dusted off. Jordan Clarkson right now, for now, is back in the rotation. And he has been really good in these moments. It's been really good. It's been solid. In a moment where the Knicks needed more offense, he's come in and provided more offense. Again, against a bad team like the Brooklyn Nets tonight, I'm expecting everybody to get some minutes here tonight. So, Jordan Clarkson, continue to do what you're doing, big dog. Ozahar with the Bozahar. Tyler Kolek, like Jordan Clarkson, I expect to get some minutes at some point here tonight, but I really, really doubt he'll get early minutes. I doubt he'll get early minutes here tonight with Jalen Brunson available. Remember, he was not available for the Indiana game, and that's when we did see Tyler Kolek back in the rotation, which, by the way, he also played well, right? And shout out and maybe he was always going to be ready for the moment because that's the kind of person Tyler Kolek is, but shout out Jordan Clarkson for setting the standard of like, hey, man, even if you're not a part of the rotation, stay involved, stay in it, stay active, stay ready, because when your number is called again and you get in there, then you can make an impact and maybe you can crack that rotation again. Right? Maybe you can crack that rotation again, like Jordan Clarkson has. It was a great example to set, and it was nice to see Tyler Kolek stay ready in the Indiana game. He came in, and I thought played very well. Farm Boy TV said, if Deuce gets back and JC benched, it's okay because my combine on JC is always ready when called. Yeah, and unfortunately for Jordan Clarkson, but, it's not the worst thing in the world. But Jordan Clarkson will be back on the bench and not a part of the regular rotation, alongside with a guy, I assume, like Mo Diawara. But we'll see. The rotations, it starts getting tough to find minutes for guys once Deuce McBride is going to be back, because obviously we know Deuce McBride is, the sixth man of the team and whatnot. Him and Mitchell Robinson kind of share that duty in different spots. Darnell said, should you see the Knicks play in the playoffs? Come on. I have. Get off my lawn records. What's up, get off my lawn records? He said, Abi Eid Al-Fatir for all who celebrate, including Mo. Happy Eid to everybody. Absolutely. All right, let's get to the Brooklyn Nets. Not much to talk about. Michael Porter Jr. out. No Michael Porter Jr. Let me pull up their injury report here. Here we go. So, no Michael Porter Jr. Nick Claxton is available. Ever since he had that dumb quote about how he's never lost to the Knicks, he has yet to win against the Knicks since then. Hopefully we keep that trend going. I think it's like 13 straight wins the Knicks have against the Brooklyn Nets. Let's keep that trend going, baby. Day'Ron Sharpe, not available. Igor Jemin, not available. Hayward Highsmith, no longer on the team. He's with the Phoenix Suns. They bought his contract out. Noah Clowney, not available. Terrence Mann, not available. Zaire Williams is available. Okay, Zaire Williams, a 3-and-D kind of wing. There you go. And that's the only player graphics I have for the Brooklyn Nets this season. Obviously, a couple of trades were made for the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm not going to make new player graphics for their end-of-the-bench guys here who are going to be playing down the stretch of the regular season. If I run through the roster here we go. Ochai Agbaji, they acquired at the deadline. He'll play. They got Tyson Etienne we might see. Chaney Johnson we might see. E.J. Liddell. I like E.J. Liddell coming out of Ohio State during his draft class, but him getting hurt, he's just never been the same. He's never been able to get a footing in the NBA, unfortunately for him. Kind of a 6'6" big anyway. Was a long shot for it to work out. Terrence Mann is out. Josh Minott, he had a solid start to the season with the Boston Celtics. He's now on the Nets. No Michael Porter Jr. Drake Powell, rookie. He's got some stuff to him. Ben Seraph is going to play today. He's got... I haven't really seen too much for Ben Seraph, I'm not going to lie, during his rookie season. It's been looking rough for him. No Day'Ron Sharpe. They got Malachi Smith. Doesn't even have a picture. Shout out Malachi Smith. We'll see if he gets into the game today. Nolan Traore is an interesting rookie for them who has shown some things throughout his rookie season. We'll see how he develops. Joseph Garnett. What's up, Joseph? Just threw a little hundo on Cat for his basket Come on, Big Cat. Let's see what he's got. Good old my long record said, hot take prediction. This is the night they see if Jose Alvarado can score 50 is crazy. Any player coming off the bench to score 50 is crazy. But Zaire Williams, we mentioned a little bit. Jalen Wilson will get an opportunity to play, and Danny Wilt, the rookie big man, will get an opportunity to play. So it's just kind of that situation for the Brooklyn Nets. We're just throwing guys out there. It's like, hey, here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity, young kids. Show us what you got. Eric C. said, what's with all this new Giannis talk? There's nothing to it, Eric. There's nothing to it. Sadly, it'd be a bit nervous to give up too much for him in the season now. He's 31 and seemingly injury-prone now. Any thoughts? I've given my thoughts on Giannis all season, Eric. It is an off-season question. Obviously, we're past the trade deadline, so obviously, dumb statement. It is going to be an off-season question, but it's just, there's no news. We've known this. We've known that he's going to be available this off-season. We'll see what happens. It takes two to tango. Other teams have better packages for Giannis anyway. The only way he'd be able to get to the Knicks is if he just planted his feet in the ground and told them the New York Knicks are nowhere. And I just don't think that's going to happen, even if he does end up requesting a trade. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Benzino. Shout out, Joseph. I'm rooting for you, Joseph. I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting it works out for you. Omar Todman, what's up, Omar? Joseph, what's up, Joseph? The Nets did beat the Pistons, so y'all never know. We can't take them lightly. They did beat the Pistons. The Knicks are not the Pistons. And this is not the same Nets team, unfortunately, that played the Pistons for Brooklyn. I highly doubt they'll be able to beat the Knicks. But again, they could keep it interesting for a decent amount of time, but hopefully not too much. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? Get on my lawn records at Ontario Reign. The AHL Hockey LA Kings minor league team is playing Iowa Wild this evening. So I'll be keeping an eye on that score as well. Shout out to you, Get on my lawn records. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Amy Mature, what's up, Amy? You're going to cover the UConn game at 10:10? Absolutely not. We tried covering a college game, and there wasn't a ton of interest. And I know it wasn't during the tournament, but still, I'm going to stay in my lane and just cover NBA basketball this season. Maybe next season we'll see what we can get. But this season, we're going to stick with our NBA coverage. We're a couple of minutes away from tip-offs. Let's go ahead and get this set up. Now, this is a Knicks and Nets game. Can I still watch this on NBA League Pass? This is going to be super loud. Wasn't super loud, but it was loud. Eric C. Said, sorry, boss, before your stream went live, I ran through like 4 videos by other streamers who were talking about the Bucks making an ultimatum, so it was on my mind. You don't have to apologize, brother. I just, to me, there's no real conversation, there's just, it's the same conversations we've been having since those initial reports came alive during the early part of the season. My opinion and my statements about Giannis has not changed. It is always going to be an offseason question. It was always going to be an offseason question, even before the trade deadline passed this season. It was always going to be an offseason question for the New York Knicks specifically. Other teams, they got their other opinions about how they can, acquire Giannis and whatnot. But the Knicks are behind the 8 ball in that regard. They don't have the assets, they don't have the draft capital, and they don't really have the young players, although now Mo Diawara makes it a little bit interesting. But like you said, he's injury prone. So it is now, at this point, a question of how risky is it to effectively swap Giannis and Karl Anthony Towns? Because it would be Karl Anthony Towns and some other ancillary pieces. It could be OG, it could be Bridges, it could be these other guys, which makes it a dangerous trade. And I don't think the Knicks are in the market to be making another dangerous trade after the dangerous trade that they made of Mikal Bridges and the Karl Anthony Towns deal. Both of those are pretty dangerous. Now, they both, for the most part, have worked out for the Knicks, but to make another one to pile on top of it, if the Knicks get eliminated in the first round, I could definitely see them getting desperate and making a Giannis move, but I don't see them losing in the first round. We'll see what happens in the second round. We'll see. Joe said, got Leon Rose to thank for that? Yeah, we also have Leon Rose to thank for them being a championship contending team this year. So, do you want to go back to the days of being the Brooklyn Nets and hoping that maybe you can draft a guy and win the lottery, or maybe you have enough draft capital to trade for Giannis? Or, be a middling team like Atlanta and being like, well, maybe we can scrape together enough assets to get Giannis and then he'll put us over the top if he manages to stay healthy? Or would you rather just be a championship contending team this year? Thanks, Leon Rose, because genuinely, I thank him for that. Amy said Brunson's Nova was sad today. I fell asleep during the early games, and I don't know what happened. I did not look up the college scores. But we'll look at the college scores as the night goes on, because we'll have plenty of opportunity. No, we didn't get to the schedule like I said we would, but we are going to get to the game right here. So here we go. Keith said, my prediction is 124 Knicks, 92 Nets. Let's go. What's your ending prediction? 124, 92. It's a pretty good number. That is, almost that's a 32-point win. My math is correct, right? I mean, that's a lot, but I would love it. I do like the idea of keeping them under 100. I think that's like very much on the table. We'll see how much they score on the opening start of the game. I'm hoping for 120, led by Mikal Bridges here tonight. I want to see at least 25 points from Mikal. I want to see 25. You know what? Give me 20. I'll lower the bar even more. Give me 20 points, Mikal Bridges. Give me 20 points tonight. My goodness. All right, here we go. The Brooklyn Nets win the tip. And Traore has it up top, and Shamit picks his pocket. Gets it over to Towns. Towns kicks it over to Brunson. Wide open left corner three for Jalen Brunson. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Danny Wolf. Zaire Williams down the lane. Kicks out to Traore, right corner three. He can't get it to go down. Rebound to Towns. Brunson will bring it down the other way. Brunson has it up top. Being guarded by Claxton on a switch over to Bridges. Bridges swings through to his left. Kicks it out to Shamit. Shamit on the left wing. Attacking to his right. Down the lane. Bullying his way to the basket. Puts it above glass. Gets blocked by Traore. To loose ball. Towns recovers it. Hands it off to Anunoby in the right corner. Anunoby falling out of bounds with the shot clock winding down. Throws it up at the rim. It doesn't hit rim. Hits the side of the backboard. It's a shot clock violation. Ball back to the Nets. Sloppy start for both sides. Danny Wolf has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Over to Traore. Traore dancing with it. And they call a double dribble on Traore, who lost control of the ball. It hit the floor. He picked it back up with two hands and then tried to dribble it again. They hit him with a double dribble. Shaman on the right wing up top to Towns. Bullet pass down low to Bridges. It was a bad pass from Towns. Bridges can't control it. To turn over on Towns. It's a bad pass, like I said, to ball back to the Nets here. Now both teams are off to a slow start. Great. Antoine Thomas. What's up, Antoine? Traore with the cross-court pass to Zaire Williams. Can't get it to go, and both teams remain scoreless. A sloppy start for both sides. Anunoby down the lane, gets into the paint, kicks it out to Shamit. Extra pass to Brunson. Brunson, jab step, crossing over to his left. Has it in the paint now, spins off of Zaire Williams, leans in, pump fakes, pivots, tries to get it out to Karl-Anthony Towns, throws it away. Traore on the break the other way, throws up a floater, gets the friendly bounce off the back rim, and he gets it to go down for the first basket of the game. And finally, somebody breaks the seal 2 minutes into it here. And Brunson bringing it down against Powell. Brunson has it up top, gets it over to Towns. Towns hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left. Kicks it up top to Bridges. Extra pass to Shamit. Shamit a right wing three. Shamit got one to go down. All right, he's one of the two guys I'm watching tonight to see if they can get off the schneid. That is Landry Shamit and Mikal Bridges getting off to very slow starts. Just that Shamit didn't deserve the start. He must be a beast in practice. I think Shamit is the next guy. He's just the next guy up off the bench as a wing. Danny Wolf has it up top, coming to his right off the Claxton screen. Wolf, cross-court pass, Drake Powell. Can't get a shot off from Mikal Bridges, closing out well. Zaire Williams down the lane, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Good help defense from Mikal Bridges. Brunson was there in front of him to hold him up just enough for Mikal to come over on the help side. He throws up a shot that was short. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. Ball back to the Knicks here. Chaos Kid. What's up, Chaos Kid? Brunson has it up top, coming to his left. Brunson dancing with it. Step back mid-range shot over Danny Wolf. In and out, can't get it to stay because it rattles in and out. Rolls off the side of the rim. And now here comes Traore pushing the other way. Traore up top, dancing around the Claxton screen. Gets it over to Zaire Williams, over to Drake Powell. Jab step along the baseline. Pump fake, inside pass to Claxton. Nice pass from Drake Powell there. And it's 4-3. This is not the start I want to see our Knicks get off to, but okay, come on, New York. Get back into it. Get back into it. Bridges lobs it over the top to Towns. Towns catches the soft pass. Towns gets it over to Bridges, cut into the rim. Layup with the left hand, can't get it to go. As Traore contested him at the rim. Here comes Danny Wolf pushing the other way. Over to Powell in transition. Pump fake, swings through to his right, down the lane. Euro step in the air. Lefty layup, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Drake Powell snatches it down after it got knocked into the air, and he lays it up and in. I'm impressed with the start for Drake Powell here tonight. Get off my lawn, Regis said his heart hurt. Hart is not playing tonight. He's not necessarily hurt. It's more so of a rest thing. But, yeah, they're going to try and rest him. Anybody dealing with a minor to, mid-sized injury that they have been nursing all season, like Josh Hart has been nursing his knee injury and his hand injury all season. So they're going to if Josh Hart needs the rest, they're going to give him the rest, especially on a night against the Brooklyn Nets here tonight. We just saw him against the Pacers. He looked perfectly fine. So he's not hurt per se. It's more of a precautionary rest, injury management as we wind down the regular season here situation. Towns steps back, pump fake, steps through, floater, can't get it to go, gets his own offensive rebound, gets the putback, can't get it to go, and Danny Wolf rips away the rebound. And the Knicks continue to be absolutely disastrous offensively here to start the game. Traore down the lane, can't knock down the scoop layup, loose ball. Williams picks it up, out to Danny Wolf. He'll fire up the right wing three, and Danny Wolf will knock it down. And it's a 9-3 start and a timeout for the New York Knicks. All right, so maybe I should be a little bit more worried about the game here today. A 9-3 start for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm really not too worried about it, but a 9-3 start is not really what you want to see. Amy said, I'm so glad it's Friday. It is indeed Friday. Thank you, Reddy. I'm going to get our timer synced up here right now. We are just under 8 minutes to go. Chaos Kid said MSG or yes. I have the yes broadcast up because I'm watching it through, what's it called? I'm watching it through my League Pass account on Amazon Prime. So it's just a faster stream than the Gotham Sports Network, unfortunately. Just that said, 1 for 8 from the field. So much for above 50%. They could still get there, brother. It's early in the game. Sons Jen, what's up, Sons Jen? How am I doing today? Doing pretty good. I napped for a little too long. I'm not gonna lie. Shouldn't have napped that long. Get off my lawn regular today. I like having Mitch chilling on the bench, ready to do a few minutes early in the game over starting here and there. I think I do too. I think overall I like Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench a little bit more, especially with Karl-Anthony Towns. I just don't think that lineup, when they have started it, just hasn't been the greatest starting duo. When they go to it sporadically throughout the game against certain matchups, I do like when they're out there together, but I have not necessarily liked it when they have started together. So, I like when he comes in off the bench. I do. George said lackadaisical. It is a little lackadaisical. Lionel Moan, who's up, Lionel? I'm good, brother. How are you doing? Ahmed said, why do we always struggle with these bad teams? I think they do tend to play down to the competition, unfortunately. They play down to their competition. It's hard to get up and rev your engines for these bad teams. Obviously, you still got to do it. This is not a good start, but, you got to find ways to make these games exciting for yourselves. Again, I think if Mikal Bridges came out and it was like, y'all, I'm going off for 20 tonight. Like, feed me. I got it. You can make it fun, but, to expect the Brooklyn Nets to come out and just roll over for you, you're going to be in for a long night like they were against the Golden State Warriors. Nick Yak said, it's incredible that we can't start possessions with Cat in the post. Yeah. It's just not a part of their offense, really, and it should be. But here's the thing. Karl-Anthony Towns did miss 2 easy layups right in front of the rim. Mikal Bridges missed a wide-open easy layup. Brunson missed a wide-open 3. So there's that so far to start the game. They've also had easy looks. Real Art Manifest, what's up, Real Art? I need the Knicks to fix this first quarter nonsense before the playoffs start. I'm with you, Real Art. If they do this in the playoffs, they're going to be in for a long, or not even a long, they're going to be in for a quick playoff run, I'll tell you that. Mikal Bridges finally knocks down a shot. He knocks down a mid-range jumper. There you go, Mikal. There you go. We got 7:30 to go here in this first quarter. Traore on the right wing gets it up top to Claxton. Hands it back off to Traore. Traore being chased by Shamit, coming to his right, cross-court pass, Powell catches, fires over Bridges, comes up well short, fight for the loose ball rebound, Brunson picks it up. Here comes Jalen Brunson pushing it the other way, Brunson on the right wing, being guarded by Danny Wolf. Brunson, he's going to look to attack Wolf off the bounce, kicks it out to Anunoby, extra pass to Shamit, Shamit swings through to his left, under the rim, kicks it out to Bridges, extra pass to Brunson, Brunson the right wing three, does not matter. Bridges was out of bounds when he caught the ball. So the ball will go back to the Brooklyn Nets now. Bruce said, I am not going to be ranting and raving 4 quarters. It is a slow start for the Knicks. They will pull away at some point. Nick Yak said, against everyone, we can't start fast. I don't know what it is, Yak. I don't know what it is. I really don't. There's no real explanation for it. Karl Anthony Towns ends up fouling Nick Claxton out on the perimeter as he was attacking the basket. Buzzer Beater said we can still catch Boston. With this Cade Cunningham situation, we can catch Detroit too. We will go through the standings and go through all top three schedules for the Eastern Conference here. And let's get it into Claxton. Claxton up top, being guarded by Towns. Tries to hand it off to Danny Wolf. Anunoby breaks it up and he gets the steal. OG Anunoby bringing it down. Attacking to his left, pulling his way to the basket. Draws the foul on Traore. Just too big, too strong, too forceful. Going down the rim as Traore is hunched over. It's like a pretty hard hit from Anunoby there. And Anunoby's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Bruce Simpson. What's up, Bruce Simpson? Peter B. or Barcia. What's up, Peter? Knicks are notorious for starting slow. It's their MO. Yes, post All-Star break, they have absolutely just gone off to these disastrously slow starts. Buzzer Beater said, we will catch Detroit. We'll go through the schedules. There's absolutely a chance. The Knicks win the tip. Brunson. Oh, they called it a jump ball, not a foul. Good defensive play from Traore there. Brunson has it up top. And Zaire Williams foul Shamit out on the perimeter. So a fresh 14 for the Knicks. Side out of bounds. AP, what's up, AP? Today at the Clay is very different in person. Today, I don't care who wins or loses. Wow, an indifferent AP. Thought I would never see the day. Brunson gets it into Anunoby. Anunoby on the right wing, attacking along the baseline, kicks it out the Bridges, extra pass to Shamit. Shamit relocation 3 off the pump fake, can't get it to go down. Rebound to Claxton, who's going to bring it down the other way. Nick Claxton putting his head down against Towns, loses the ball. Good effort and defense from Karl Anthony Towns to get back. Bridges down the lane, scoop lay with the right hand, can't get it to go, but draws the foul. Look at that, Mikal Bridges going to the rim and drawing a foul. My goodness, I can't tell you the last time he went that forcefully to the basket. Maybe him shooting so poorly is getting him going downhill to the rim, thinking, I gotta get me some easy ones, man. So Bridges to the foul line for 2. Rusem said we have amazing third quarters. Outside of the first quarter, they're pretty good. Now, I don't really worry about any of the other quarters. Listen, here's the thing. I will take slow first quarters versus the third quarter of dooms we were used to last season. Here comes our guy, Mo Diawara. Speaking of being out of the rotation, Mo Diawara back in the rotation here tonight. Love to see it. I really appreciate Mike Brown not having a rotation set in stone like our previous coach. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau, but I really appreciate Mike Brown being like, you know what, it's not your night tonight. I'm gonna go with these other guys, or vice versa, being like, it's not your guys' night tonight. Come in, Mo Diawara. You're gonna play heavy minutes tonight. So I like that. We're getting Mo Diawara minutes early. Jordan Clarkson, Mo Diawara, and Mitchell Robinson coming to the game here. We are at 6 minutes to go. We are at the halfway point of this first quarter. Bridges did knock down his 2 free throws. Danny Wolf has it on the left wing, hands it off to Traore. Traore up top, attacking to his right. He's got space down the lane against Robinson. Can't get the scoop layup to go. Mo Diawara snatches the rebound. He's pushing it the other way. I like Mo Diawara, grab and goes. Mo Diawara down the lane, kicks it over to Bridges in the right, in the paint, leans in, takes a bump, puts up the fall-away jumper, can't get it to go. Robinson on the glass, can't get the tip up and in. Zaire Williams snatches the rebound, hit ahead to Claxton, down the lane against Diawara, runs right into him, throws up a lefty floater, can't get it to go. Rebound to Claxton, good defense from Diawara to stand them up initially. They kick it out to Danny Wolf, walks into a straightaway 3, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound, Clarkson tried to save it in bounds after he and Robinson were batting Claxton for the rebound. Great effort from Clarkson, but he was out of bounds, unfortunately, when he tried to save it, so the ball will stay here with the Brooklyn Nets. Farm Boy TV said, JC on jog, let's flame on. Let's go, JC. Show us something. Deb Snyder, what's up, Deb? Maybe the Knicks just need to eat some Snickers. They need to change something up. Whatever their pregame routines are, they need to change up whatever is going on. Whatever they're doing, they need to change it up. All right, here we go. Who's in here for the Nets now? Abaji and Seraph are in the game. All right. This is my first opportunity seeing Ben Seraph get opportunity this year. Danny Wolf gets it up top to Claxton. Claxton hands it off to Wolf, coming to his left. Foul line pull-up jumper off the handoff, way off on the jump shot. Mo Diawara, another rebound. There you go, Big Mo. There you go. Here comes Jalen Brunson bringing it down. Brunson has it up top, dancing with it against Seraph. Down the lane, leans in at the foul line, steps through, flips it up to the left hand, well short. Robinson the offensive rebound, kicks it out the bridges, extra pass to Diawara. Diawara walks into a three, knock me down. Can't get it to go. Rebound goes over to Abaji. Here comes Seraph bringing it down. He has it on the right wing, being guarded by Brunson. Then Seraph crosses over, down the lane, through the paint, kicks it out to Wolf. Wolf, back to Seraph. Jab step, coming to his right, spins to his left, throws it up. Way off on that one. Robinson, another rebound. Here comes Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson will bring it down. Clarkson has it up top. Gets it over to Diawara. Diawara hands it off to Brunson. And Brunson gets fouled by Danny Wolf on a reach-in on the handoff situation. Got 4:30 to go. Forgot to restart the timer. Aisha, what's up, Aisha? Shows that said Jose crushed the cameraman. I think that was Clarkson. Amy said 1 point per minute is rough. 1 point per minute is indeed rough, yeah. We got 4:30 to go in this first quarter, and both teams are sitting at 7 and 9, which is a terrible offensive start for both sides. That's to be expected for the Nets, the Knicks, man. And they call a travel on Mitchell Robinson. And Johnson, I want to make sure we get our guy Johnson's name right. Give him a shout out tonight. He's playing. Chaney Johnson, out of Auburn. His rookie season. He's getting an opportunity here tonight against Mitchell Robinson. Forced to turn over there. Seraph down the lane, kicks it out. A three for Johnson. Johnson in and out, can't get it to stay. Rebound to Mo Diawara. His third rebound already. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate you, brother. Mo Diawara has it up top, hands it off to Bridges. Bridges on the left wing. Kicks it up top to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. Off a Robinson screen. Johnson switched on to him. They try to lob it down low to Robinson. Robinson can't hold on to the pass, and it gets kicked out of bounds. Who's down there guarding him? M. Smith. Shout out M. Smith. They're playing a G League team out there. So, like the Santa Cruz Warriors, the Knicks, man, Malachi Smith. That's not Malachi Smith. Who is that young man? The Nets down the lane, throw up a floater. Gets a nice friendly roll off the back rim. That was Malachi Smith right there for the floater. Who was that guarding? That was Josh Minot, I think. Yeah, it was Josh Minot. All right, Josh Minot up top. Guarding Brunson. Brunson pass fake over to Diawara. Attacking to his right, down the lane, gets in the paint, kicks it out the Bridges. Left corner three from Mikal Bridges. Got it to go for Mikal. And we need to see Mikal Bridges get it going here tonight. Need to see it. It's 10-11 with 3:17 to go. It's not a good offensive game for anybody. A sidestep three there for Josh Minot. He knocks it down. All right. Okay. As long as we could just get our offense going, man. Defense has not been a problem. I'm not worried about this Nets offense. I'm worried about the Knicks offense right now. The Knicks need to get it going. Jordan Clarkson, show me something. He's driving it down against Seraph, leans in, throws up the floater with the right hand, can't get it to go down, doesn't get a friendly roll, bounces out the side of the rim. Here comes Minot, gets it over to Malachi Smith, back to Minot. Minot attacking, kicks it back up to Smith, now over to Seraph. Ben Seraph has it up top. He's waving everybody away. He's got Mitchell Robinson on him. He crosses over, leans in, pump fake, spins, pivots, gets caught in the air and throws it away. Brunson bringing it down and stops and pops for the straightaway three. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Clarkson able to recover it. Clarkson throws it off of Smith, and it's out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Knicks. I absolutely love, during the course of an NBA game, we get a timeout now. Perfect. I get to talk about this. I absolutely love. Aisha said, got my hat that I ordered from your store. Swimming lessons just ended. Appreciate you, Aisha. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. Hope you're happy with it. Just that said, JB's having a rough start. Yeah, I mean, everybody's having a rough start. 0 points for JB on 0 for 4 shooting. Yeah, it's a rough start. Nobody else has made a shot either. So it's kind of a rough start all around. Mikal Bridges, though, do your thing, Mikal. As long the number one goal is to get Mikal Bridges going off. I don't care about anybody else. We know what they're capable of. Tonight's offensive, I don't care. Pull off the victory, make sure everybody's healthy, make sure Mikal Bridges and Landry Shamet get it going because they have been mired in a funk as of late. Those are the goals of the game tonight. Win, Mikal Bridges, Landry Shamet. Those are the three things that I want to see happen. Everything else, I don't care. Brunson can go 0 for 20 tonight. And I'll be like, oh man, disastrous Brunson game, huh? Who cares? I don't. I know I don't, right? I'm not judging Jalen Brunson on his performance against the G League Brooklyn Nets team. Now, should he perform better? Obviously he should. But as of right now, I truly, it's not a big deal to me. Now, be better. 0 for 4, that's bad. But I need Mikal Bridges to get it going. And I need the Knicks offense in general to get it going. So, Jalen Brunson, yeah, man, how about we get it going a little bit? Mullen Kelly? What's up, Mullen Kelly? St. John's playing right now, and they're having more points than both teams combined. Yeah, it's a rough start for both sides. Riaz Guerra? What's up, Riaz? Glad we made it double digits before the end of the first. 10 points? Yeah. I mean, it's a far cry from where they should be. A 10-point first quarter is disastrous. 10 points with 2.5 left in the first quarter. Yay. Yeah, it's been rough, man. It's been rough. Okay, he said it's the only thing that makes sense to me. From Joseph. Vic, what's up, Vic? Wolf in sheep's clothing. Danny Wolf is pretty good. I like Danny Wolf a lot. Something I wanted to talk about before we get back to the game. One thing, so the last play there for the Brooklyn Nets before the Knicks called the timeout, I absolutely love when this happens. So Ben Seraph, rookie, hasn't really played too much this year. Getting an opportunity down the stretch here because the Nets are tanking and they're sitting everybody. One of the funniest things that happened is Ben Seraph has it up top. Mitchell Robinson is switched onto him. And Ben Seraph, in his mind, he's thinking, oh, I got a center switched onto me. I got this. Which is obviously a dumb thing to do when you have Mitchell Robinson switched onto you and you're not a good basketball player like Ben Seraph. Like Ben Seraph is, unfortunately, for him right now. So he isolates against Mitchell Robinson thinking, all I probably got to do is hit him with a right-to-left crossover and I'll get past him, like he probably has done in the other leagues he's played in. So he tries to isolate Mitchell Robinson. He waves everybody off, by the way. So he gets the ball up top. He sees Mitchell Robinson guarding him, and he tells everybody, get out of the way. I got a big man on me. Watch this. Isolates against him, and Mitchell Robinson just stands him straight up, right? Matches them, for move. Hits him with a couple of pump fakes, a couple of spins, a couple of pivots. He has nowhere to go, and he ends up throwing it away. Absolutely love when that happens. Dave Del Rosario, what's up, Dave? What's with Brunson? No score in this first quarter. Yeah, it's been a rough night for pretty much everybody. I mean, Towns is scoreless, Brunson's scoreless. Bridges got 7, though. That's nice. Brunson has it up top. Brunson being guarded by Minot on a switch. Brunson dancing with it, crosses over to his left. Pump fake. Got nowhere to go, looking for an outlet, kicks it out to Anunoby. He's going to spot him for the straightaway 3 at the end of the buzzer. Can't get it to go. And it ended up being a shot clock buzzer violation anyway. Knicks offense continues to be terrible. Still, what's up, still? Darnell said, when you play a bad team, you look bad. For the most part. But not this bad. Minot down the lane against Anunoby, gets a layup to go. Josh Minot's a solid guy. He was playing legit rotation minutes for the Boston Celtics this year before, being moved at some point. But Josh Minot's not bad. Probably the best player on the court tonight for the Brooklyn Nets. Brunson gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby hands it off to Clarkson. Clarkson coming to his right. He's being guarded by Malachi Smith. Clarkson coming to his right again off a Robinson screen. Minot switched onto him. Clarkson crosses over, loses the hand on the ball. Minot picks his pocket, falls on the floor. And it's a shot clock violation again. How many times is the Knicks going to get hit with a shot clock violation? Their offense has been absolutely putrid here tonight. Still, LT, appreciate, or Still T, what's up, Still? He said, let's go chat, let's get tapping and sharing the live. Appreciate you, Still, absolutely. Malachi Smith hands it off to Seraph. Seraph crosses over to his left, down the lane, and gets his pocket picked by Mitchell Robinson. Stop attacking Mitchell Robinson, big dog. It's not going to work out for you. Jordan Clarkson attacking to his right against Seraph, now attacking to his left, leans in, pump fake, steps through, and it is a foul on Seraph, foul on the floor. Jose Alvarado is in the game for Mikal Bridges now, so we got Brunson, Anunoby, Robinson, Clarkson, and Alvarado. Pretty small lineup out there. For the Nets, they have Minot, Johnson, Agbaji, Smith, and Seraph. Jordan Clarkson at the foul line for 2 because the Knicks are in the bonus. They have 10 points as Clarkson knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Now 11 points with a minute to go in the quarter. Patrick Thomas said, play Colette, play anybody. Play literally anybody at this point that might give you an offensive spark. Literally anybody. Clarkson does go 2 for 2, gives the Knicks 12 points, which allows them to not have their lowest scoring quarter of the season. The lowest scoring quarter of the season happened to be 11. I forget when it was, but they scored 11 at some point this season. I believe it was a third quarter, by the way. A 3 for the Nets. Can't get it to go for Smith. Robinson, another rebound. Here comes Brunson. Brunson under a minute to go. Brunson has it on the right wing. They swing it out to Anunoby. They lob it down low to Robinson. A bad pass from OG Anunoby. Robinson can't corral the off pass, the lob pass from Anunoby. Here comes Smith down the lane and a blocking foul on the New York Knicks. And they call it a foul on the floor. No shot attempt. And the Knicks are probably going to end this quarter with 12. This is bad. Amy said this is unwatchable. This is worse than the college games. There's sometimes you watch a college game and it's a bunch of young guys running around with their heads cut off. It's, sometimes one of the first big important games they're playing throughout their career, and you're like, oh man, this is ugly basketball right now. As Agbaji knocks down a 3 on the handoff. Sometimes you're like, oh man, this is ugly basketball right here. This is the ugliest basketball I've seen all season, college or otherwise. And it's coming from our New York Knicks. Alvarado has it, attacking to his left. Down the lane, pump fake, stops, turns, spins, leaves it off for Clarkson in the lane. Lefty layup, got it to go for Jordan Clarkson. Thank goodness for Jordan Clarkson here tonight. Knicks have 14 points, and that'll probably be the end of their first quarter. They got to come up with a defensive stop. They trail by 5, 19-14. What a disastrous start to this game. Smith, I believe that is. They get it over to Minot. Minot being guarded by Anunoby. Catches pump fake. Step back 3 from Minot over OG Anunoby. Got it to go. Got OG Anunoby spinning in circles. OG, brother. OG is a first team All-NBA defender, and he's got Josh Minot. Got him spinning in circles. Come on, guys. And that is the end of the first quarter. 22-14, an 8-point deficit for the Knicks. Oy, oy, oy. Hey. Daniel Dash, what's up, Danny Dash? I'm about to leave for my cricket semifinal. Catch today matchup, so concludes tomorrow. Appreciate you, Danny Dash. Enjoy yourself. Uncle Dre live with the Uncle Dre. Perfect day for a Knicks win and denim shirts. Let's go. Not worried about this game tonight, though. I'm not either, Uncle Dre. I'm with you. The Knicks will win this game. The same way I wasn't worried about the game against the Santa Cruz Warriors. The Knicks were going to win that game. The Knicks will win this game tonight. You would just prefer it not to be in this disgustingly terrible performance so far. Chris, what's up, Chris? Chris Ferranalo? What's up, Chris? This is why Brunson isn't a captain. Where is he when the team plays like this? And this is why Brown is a mediocre coach. Calls 4 timeouts and a half and nothing changes. Yeah, the team that's 45-25 and has a perennial all-riser come playoff time is who we're going to make definitive statements about when they're playing the 17-52 Brooklyn Nets during March. Yeah, that's when we're going to make our opinions. Sure, brother, sure. Sire Love, what's up, Sire? Med said it was a third quarter. The 11-point game, the 11-point quarter, I believe it was a third quarter. Corey Thorne, what's up, Corey? MBM, what's up, MBM? Joseph Dickens, what's up, Joseph? I was here last night talking about the New York Knicks, and I do like the trade for Giannis. But we don't know what the trade for Giannis is. We don't know what the Nets, with the Milwaukee Bucks are necessarily going to be asking for. A couple of things came out where, who were they asking for? Oh, with the 76ers, they were asking for VJ Edgecombe and draft capital. And I believe there was and with the Cavs, they were asking for Evan Mobley and draft capital. The Knicks don't have anything like that. So, again, if Giannis were to be traded, other teams can blow the Knicks package out of the water. So I don't think he's going to end up on the Knicks, even if he is traded this summer. Dave said, Brunson, no score first quarter. He is selling. I mean, nobody really, Towns didn't score, Brunson didn't score, Anunoby didn't score. Your 3 go-to offensive guys, all loafers so far. Isaiah Gardner said, also they had 2 days off. They should have a lot of energy. Yeah, they should. They should. Again, though, look at the lineup that's out there right now to start the second quarter. Brunson, Anunoby, Towns, all scoreless. Shaman's got 3. Alvarado with also 0. He hasn't taken a shot yet, but he played the final 2 minutes of the quarter. Yak said, here comes a 35-point quarter. As it should occur that way. Here we go. Alvarado bringing it down. No Brunson, by the way. It's Clarkson who's in. They got to change this. Brunson to the bench, as normal, as his usual rotation. To get it to Towns in the post against Minot. Towns, bagging him down, throws up the floater, got it to go, and the foul. There we go, Yak. There we go. Nick Yak called it earlier in the game. He said, I don't understand why we can't start with Karl-Anthony Towns in the post. There you go. They start the second quarter with Karl-Anthony Towns in the post, and he gets the and one floater to go down over Minot. Sometimes it could just be as simple as just feed the big man. Right? We got a big man in the game. Let's feed the big man, an offensively talented big man. Let's do it. I like shoes with the I like shoes. We're probably the weirdest NBA team. We're so great and yes, sometimes struggle against bad teams. I wouldn't have it any other way, but maybe I'd change this part. I mean, you could be annoyed and frustrated with the performance so far. Absolutely be annoyed and frustrated with the game as Towns knocks down the free throw. I'm not saying don't, but, you know, I wouldn't be freaking out being like, oh my goodness, this is why, you know, the Knicks aren't going to win a championship is because of this game in March against the Brooklyn Nets when they're playing their G League team. You know, like sometimes it kind of just is what it is. You just got to find a way to walk out with a victory as Minot slashes the defense, goes right past OG Anunoby, who has been invisible tonight. Shout out OG Anunoby, our all-defensive wing, just getting gamed on by Josh Minot so far here tonight. Alvarado leans in with the layup. Got it to go for Jose Alvarado over Ben Seraph. A tough layup goes down for him in that regard. Here comes... Is that Smith? That's Abaji. Abaji gets it over to Johnson. Johnson up top being guarded by Towns. Hands it off to Smith. Smith down the lane. Pump fake. Steps through. Kicks out to Seraph. Seraph will line up the straightaway 3. Throws up a brick. Shamit able to corral the wide left rebound. It took an awkward bounce off the rim and backboard. Towns has it up top being guarded by Johnson. Towns is going to put his head down attacking down the lane. Gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. They cannot guard this man. Continue to do this. Continue to do this, Big Cat. He's going to the foul line for 2 more free throws. MBM said, worry warts in the chat. I mean, you could be annoyed and frustrated and express those feelings in the chat. I just, you know, that's as far as I would go. I think anything beyond that is just silly. Vix at NBA TV has the Rockets Hawks. Not a bad game. Not a bad game. With the way the Hawks are playing, the way the Rockets are playing, 2 teams going in opposite directions, it's not a bad game at all. Karl-Anthony Towns knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. And we're going to get a timeout. We're going to get a timeout. 10:40 to go. Zane, what's up, Zane? Knicks losing to a M. Smith with no profile picture. It is a bad look to be losing to M. Smith with no profile picture. Let's give a shout out to M. Smith. Let's learn. Let's learn a little bit, man. Let's learn a little bit. JBK Russia with the Russia. Not the Nets leading. Is this real life? It is a horrific start for the Knicks against this matchup. Malachi Smith. Let's give a shout out to Malachi Smith. He is a G League player out of Gonzaga. Matter of fact, you can see him wearing his Gonzaga jersey. Does not have an NBA picture. They threw his college picture up there. 6'4", 205. He's 26 years old. He is a rookie this season, making his NBA, not debut, but making his debut this season. Isaiah Garner said, I don't even know half these dudes on the Nets. Just a bunch of G League players and trash rookies. Yeah, man, it is a rough look. Mr. Barnes? What's up, Mr. Barnes? Barnes, right? Barnes. Why does the New York Knicks look like little cuz? It is a rough night for sure so far. So shout out Malachi Smith. Shout out Chaney Johnson. Shout out Chaney Johnson. Let's give a shout out to the guys playing this season who are trying to break it into the NBA. Also another rookie, also another G League performer. 6'8", 225, kind of a center. You know, so far this season, 7.8 points, 5.2 rebounds. Not bad. Not bad. You know, he's trying to break it in the NBA. He's out of Auburn, 23 years old. First season here in the NBA. Shout out to Chaney Smith. Shout out to Malachi. Shout out to Chaney Johnson and Malachi Smith. Miss Mar, what's up, Miss Mar? Tuning in while on work break? Appreciate you, Miss Mar. Appreciate you. Joe said, people act like these kind of things don't happen in real life. A lot of bad players and bad teams be good players and good teams sometimes. It does. It does. But, you know, maybe don't make it you. You know, let that happen to the other teams. Blow my nose real quick. So we got 10:40 to go in the second quarter. Josh Minot's 4 for 4 from the field so far here tonight. Shout out Josh Minot. He's hooping. He's hooping. Marlin, what's up, Marlin? So Towns is at the foul line for his second free throw here after he hit his first. Towns does knock down the second free throw. Thank you, Big Cat. It is a 3-point game, 24-21. The Knicks are finally putting the ball in the basket consistently here, led by Karl-Anthony Towns. They hand it off to Minot, up top to Malachi Smith, down the lane against Towns, stops, turns, pivots, got nowhere to go, kicks out to Minot. Minot dances with it against Anunoby, attacking to his left. Anunoby picks his pocket, and Jordan Clarkson picks up the loose ball, bringing it down the other way. There you go, OG Anunoby. Clarkson gets it up top to Anunoby, catches, pump fakes and jab steps, pulls it out. He's being guarded by Johnson here. Anunoby's going to bump down the lane, gets the ball knocked out of his hands. Minot picks it off. It's a 3-on-2 fast break. Malachi Smith to the rim for the easy scoop lay with the right hand. All right, OG Anunoby got the steal on the other end, then gave it right back up. Here comes Jose Alvarado bringing it down. Got to run our offense through Cap. Nobody else has anything going. Shaman gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby at the foul line, kicks it out to Shaman. Extra pass. Jose Alvarado, left corner three. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Towns snatches it. Ball knocked out of his hand. Still in the air. Towns recovers it in the paint. Gets stripped. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Nets. Towns looking for the foul call. He doesn't get it there. And the ball will go back to the Nets. Jay Hammer. What's up, Jay Hammer? Why not? Why not? Why not? He's hooping. NBM said if we blow out the teams too early, fans would leave early and no concession stand money, my opinion. We're in this together. A three for Agbaji, can't get it to go. Towns the rebound. Here comes Alvarado. Bump Euro down the lane floater. Can't get the friendly bounce as it flies off, and a foul by Jose Alvarado on Minot. We got 9:14 to go here. Zane said Towns actually on the free throw line. He's had 4 free throws so far here tonight. Eugenio Reyes, what's up, Eugenio? Or 3 free throws, I think. Joe said, I love that expression you use when you say pick the pocket. Here comes Malachi Smith bringing it down. Being guarded by Shamit, coming to his left. Up top to Minot. Minot the straightaway 3. Can't get that one to go. Rebound, Robinson, battling for it. Chaney Johnson not giving it easy to Mitchell Robinson. He does manage to snag the rebound. And then Minot draws the foul on Karl-Anthony Towns. They call the offensive foul on Towns. And Towns annoyed and a little frustrated. He's got a little smirk to him. Like, really? Really? This is what we're going to be doing tonight? Alvarado tried to throw it down low to Towns. They call the foul on Towns for hooking Minot. Stop hooking, guys, Big Cat. I don't know how many more times we could talk about it, man. J Money, what's up, J Money? They just allowed Robinson to get in the game and instantly get a rebound. I don't know what you mean by allowed. I mean, he just grabbed the rebound. Traore has it up top to get over to Agbaji. Down the lane against Robinson. Can't get the scoop lay with the left hand. Knocked out of the air. Here come the Knicks bringing it down the other way. And a timeout for the Brooklyn Nets, and I think they're going to use a challenge here. Antoine Thomas said, please tell me that's not his first time hearing pick his pocket. It could be. Some people are just getting into basketball, brother. It could be. JPK Russia with the JP. Let's sign a petition to get Sheffy on the Nets lineup. This might have a chance, in my opinion, to have a better season. Like, you mean to play? I'm washed, brother. I'm washed. I got nothing left in the tank. I don't want to say nothing. I got very little left in the tank. I can't remember the last time I was on an NBA court. I can't remember the last time I was on a basketball court. It's been about 2 or 3 years. Sarah Love said, we should be playing our bench. Yeah, we should be. We should be, but nobody has it going, so he's looking for somebody. Anunoby's still sitting with 0. Brunson's still sitting with 0. Towns now up to 5, but he's 1 for 4 from the field. Bridges is got 7. Come on, Mikhail. Come on, Mikhail. Christian, what's up, Christian? I would much rather have Clarkson on the floor than Bridges. I mean, Bridges got 7 points tonight, so he's the only guy. He's our leading scorer. He's one of the few guys actually making things happen tonight. So, you know, ¿por qué no los dos? Get on my lawn record said GTA is going to find it. I mean, he found it the last game, right? Against the Pacers, he had 16 and 10. It's a really nice game for him as a starter. So far, he's still in the game. He's got 2 points, 1 assist, no rebounds. This is just a bad night for everybody so far offensively. Like, nobody's got anything going. We just got to get out of here with this win. You know, asking anything more of them tonight is ugly. JP said, the entire Nets roster is washed. We believe in you. Fair. Very fair. Entire Nets roster does look a little washed. I mean, Josh Minot's hooping. Josh Minot's hooping. That's about it. Okay, so the Nets used their challenge there because they were looking for an approximate foul on Mitchell Robinson, not necessarily thinking that it was out of bounds off of the Knicks. Ball's going to go back to the Knicks. They did not win their challenge. The Brooklyn Nets are out of challengers for the remainder of the game, and they lose their timeout. Not that they would, need it come the end of this game. Dave said, Brunson put it back on the court. The stupid Coach Brown, why still sit Brunson? Weren't you complaining earlier in the game that Brunson was playing bad? I mean, he's using his normal rotations, big dog. We got 8:30 to go in this second quarter. Brunson played the entirety of the first. Have you watched this team all year, big dog? These are the normal rotations. This has happened every single game this season for Jalen Brunson. These are his normal rotation minutes. Alvarado has it at the top, coming to his left. Now around the town screen, mid-range pull-up jumper, rattles in, and it pops out. Robinson the offensive rebound, though. They swing it over to Bridges. Extra pass, Alvarado, wide open, left corner 3. Knock me down, Jose. Can't get it to go. All right, Jose Alvarado. All right, brother. All right, man. Come on, Knicks. Traore down the lane, kicks it out. A 3 in the right corner. Banks it in. Did he bank that in from Minot? Either way, it went in. Ugly looking shot for Josh Minot, and he got it to go down. I'm going to assume he didn't bank it in because that was a disgusting angle. 29-21, it's an 8-point deficit for the Knicks. Alvarado has it up top, being guarded by Traore. Hands it off to Shamit. Shamit gets it to Towns in the post. Being guarded by Claxton. Backing him down. Drop step in the lane. Hook shot. Can't get it to go. Towns covers his own rebound. In the paint, goes up, gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2. And Minot he's talking to the official. He wanted the offensive foul for Claxton. Towns came up high with the elbow on the drop step. Let me see the replay here. He did indeed bank it in. It's that kind of night for Josh Minot. He banked in that right corner 3. It's that kind of night, folks. Hot dog Hanzo, what's up, hot dog? That setup makes no sense. Coupling 2 rebound monsters with low-level scores is like wasting time. We're talking about the double big lineup of Towns and Robinson. I mean, if you just want to gobble up a bunch of rebounds, it makes sense. What's up, Ever? Is Jalen Brunson going to get more than 1.5 threes? Maybe. I mean, he's not shooting it well. Maybe. MBM said, playing respectful against our neighbors. How nice. I mean, we embarrassed them the last time, but maybe too respectfully so far. Maybe too respectfully. Towns does knock down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Knocks down both free throws. Karl Anthony Towns gets to the foul line, knocking down his free throws. Here comes Traore and the Brooklyn Nets. And a 6-point lead, 29-23, 7:30 to go here. Traore up top, being guarded by Shamit. They get it over to Agbaji, now over to Claxton. Claxton up top, gets fouled by Bridges, trying to run through the handoff action. Fouls Claxton. Gets tripped up, gets their legs tied together. J.K. Rocks at 21 points in nearly 17 minutes against the Nets is almost unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, the Nets came out with, like, a defensive intensity where they were playing hard, but obviously the Knicks are one of the better offenses in the NBA. Should not be struggling to this degree against this Brooklyn Nets team. A 3 from Agbaji in the left corner got it to go, and it is a 9-point deficit for the Knicks yet again. It is 23-32, 23 points for the Knicks right now. Is disgusting. Brunson down the lane, step back, fall away, midi, got it to go for Jalen Brunson. Brunson's first basket of the game. If Brunson can get it going, Towns got it going a tiny bit there. Claxton tried the Euro step, past Robinson. Robinson rips it right out of his hands. A terrible attempt by Nick Claxton there. Here comes Brunson bringing it down, over to Towns, back to Brunson. Brunson dancing around the Towns handoff, coming to his left. Off the Towns screen, Brunson picks up his handle, looking for an outlet. Bullet pass inside the Towns, being guarded by Claxton. Bullies his way down the lane, gets blocked by Minot. What a block from Josh Minot. Hit ahead to Minot, gets it over to, I think that was Agbaji. Kicks it to the corner, can't get that 3 to go. Rebound over to Shamit. Shamit hit ahead to Towns. Towns on the outlet. Towns bringing it down. Euro steps down the lane, takes some contact, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Towns looking for a foul, doesn't get it. This is a heist. This is a Zaire Williams can't knock down the layup, gets fouled by Mitchell Robinson. This is a park game. Somebody throws up a shot, misses it, they get a rebound, and somebody's cherry picking down the other way, so we just throw it full court. They missed another shot, and then somebody rebounds it, throws it full court to the other guys who didn't get back down the court because we're all out of shape. This is ugly. This is ugly. 6:10 to go. I'm doing a terrible job tonight of keeping track of the timer. Bonita Crandon, what's up, Bonita? Let's go, Nick. Let's go, Knicks. Got all my lawn records at it's not a crap show in Brooklyn. I'm sure they're happy right now. Yeah, I mean, it is a game. They're in it. As Zaire Williams knocks down the first free throw, he's got another one coming. Hunter Dimsdale, what's up, Hunter? Brunson 23.5, maybe. It's not looking good tonight. Zane said, Knicks just letting M. Smith get a chance to shine and earn a profile picture. I mean, they're giving a lot of these guys an opportunity here. Do we have a technical foul here? I think there's a technical foul. As Zaire Smith is at the foul line all by himself now. Just that's a cat getting bullied. Zaire Smith knocks down, I think, the technical free throw. Yep, technical foul on Towns. He said something that the ref didn't like because he subbed out of the game there. So Zaire Smith knocked down the first 2 free throws. He's got the third one here, which can give them a 10-point lead. And the Knicks are trailing by 10 points to the Brooklyn Nets. I'm sure this is playing out exactly how we all expected. We all expected it to play out exactly like this. Brunson up top. Gets the handoff from Robinson. Brunson being guarded by Drake Powell. Spins to his left. On the baseline. Stops. Turns. He's got Powell on him. Brunson leans in. One-legged fall-away jumper over him. Brunson can't get it to go. Good box out and rebound for the Nets there. Here comes Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf coming to his left. Down the lane. Gets blocked by Anunoby. Diawara picks up the loose ball. Diawara bringing it down. Diawara has it on the right wing. Being guarded by Traore. Diawara pulls it out, tries to get it over to Bridges, ball gets knocked out of his hands, and Zaire Williams goes the other way for a 2-handed slam, and it's a 12-point deficit for the Knicks. To be expected. We all fully expected this to be a dogfight. We all fully expected this to be a close game. Diawara up top, cross-court pass to Anunoby, catches, pump fakes along the baseline, goes up, and he gets kind of a 2-handed dunk to go down. He didn't really throw it down. He kind of laid it up and in at the last second. Zaire Williams gets blocked by Diawara, but it is a goaltend. I like the effort from Diawara, but it's a goaltend. And it is 39-27. Look, 39 points for Brooklyn with 5 minutes to go in this third. That's not really a good offensive outing for the Brooklyn Nets. But when you are 12 points worse at 27 points in this first half as Diawara lines up a right corner three. Thank you, Mo. Thank you for knocking down the three, Mo Diawara. Relic said, I can't watch. Oh, man. Russell Field said it could be a good game for Kolek. I mean, it could be a good game for anybody who wants to show up and play well, Kolek included. Danny Wolf can't knock down the three, but the long rebound back out to the Nets. Traore attacking to his left, stops, kicks it out to Danny Wolf. He'll line up yet another three, and this time he'll knock it down as the Knicks. OG Anunoby, just absolutely putrid defense so far here tonight for OG. He's gotten his hands in the passing lane a couple of times. I think he's got like 2 steals tonight, but he's been absolutely terrible and absent-minded defensively here tonight. Diawara hits Robinson, comes to the rim. He gets the layup and the foul. Look at the pass from Mo. Hit Mitchell Robinson, cut to the basket. Somebody actually hit Mitchell Robinson cutting towards the rim. Look at that. Look at that. MBM said we're not worried. Let's go Knicks. I'm not worried about the Knicks' ability to win this basketball game, but they always got to make it harder on themselves, man. Can't we just have an easy night? Buzzer Beater said, boy, the league has really changed for the worse. Back in the day, all teams played their starters regardless of their record or point in the season. Did they, though? Did they? Now, they are far more egregious with it today. Don't get me wrong. But as Robinson misses his and one free throw. But, yeah, development is far more important at this point if you're trying to build a team because you need to go 9, 10 guys deep who are really skilled. Whereas before, you can kind of get away with like 6 guys as Zaire Williams knocks down a right corner three. They're feeling it right now. And it's a 13-point lead, largest lead of the game for the Brooklyn Nets. I'll tell you what, if you give a bad team confidence, you could find yourself in a deep, deep hole. Brunson attacking, kicks out to Shamet up top. Shamet gets it back to Brunson. Brunson over to Anunoby. Jab step, right corner three for OG. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Robinson gets fouled by Nick Claxton. MBM said they make it fun and interesting. They are making it fun and I don't know fun. I don't know if fun is the word. Fun, I wouldn't use the word fun. They do make it interesting though. Mark said, poor starts are so frustrating. Yeah, if the Knicks were playing better, but the Nets were just on fire, I'd be like, oh, okay, all right, the Knicks got to find a way. But the Knicks are playing so poorly. They got 32 points with 3:30 to go in the second quarter. This is the third best offense in the NBA. Robinson knocks down the first free throw. Thank you, Big Mitch. Thank you, Big Mitch. Jay Hammer said, going to say that we going to win this game until we lose it. The Knicks could be down 15 points with 3 minutes to go, and I will still maintain that they will not lose this game. Christian Blaze, what's up, Christian? You sounded 45 reaching for whatever you just dropped. Hey, man. It's been a long day. Been a long day. Sometimes, you go to work, and you're tired, and your body hurts, and you come back home, and you drop something on the floor, and you bend down to pick it up, and it hurts a lot more to pick it up than you expected. Traore misses the rebound. Brunson lobs it down low to Robinson. Traore fouls him. Robinson upset at Traore. Robinson upset. Oh, there's a lot of pushing and shoving. A lot of pushing and shoving. Robinson really upset. He thinking that's a dirty play from Traore. Robinson did not like Traore jumping up in the air with Robinson as he was up in the air, thinking that's a dirty play. Oh, he grabs Robinson as Robinson was going towards the rim, and then he jumps up and just slaps down on Robinson's arms and then holds his jersey as he's falling down. And Robinson stands over Traore, angry and upset, and that's when the Nets come over, and they're like, all right, bro, chill. And then Robinson's like, don't tell me to chill. And I'll tell you what, if there's anybody in the Knicks I would not really want to mess with, Mitchell Robinson's kind of at the top of the list. Robinson's at the top of the list, I'll tell you that. Nobody really was worried or anything. Robinson just took exception to the contact. Zine said, this game's looking like they need a weather report. We might need it. Mark said, down 15 with 3 minutes to go? Sorry, they're losing that against anyone. I mean, not this Brooklyn Nets team, I'll tell you that. Mark said, Josh is at the top of my list? I'm not worried about Josh. Josh is so mild-mannered. Josh is a goofball. Josh is a goofball. I'm not worried about Josh Hart. I'm not worried about no Josh Hart in a fight. I'll tell you what though, the 7-foot dude from the country, yeah, I'm a little worried about Mitch in a fight. I wouldn't want to mess with Mitch. I wouldn't want to get that going. I wouldn't want that. K. Hazy said Mitch had flashbacks to Embiid. Don't mess with him. Yeah. And I do know Mitch is down for that action. He's actually calmed down a lot as he's gotten older in his career. He's 27 years old now. When he was younger and wilder and, not as in control in his emotions, I'll never forget there was a time. Where, I forget who it was, but Mitchell Robinson got tangled up with somebody. It was like, I think it was either his rookie year or second year or something like that. He got tangled up with somebody. And they were both kind of jawing at each other, and then they both got subbed out of the game. They were going to the bench, and the guy kept jawing at Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson turned around, put his hands up. He said, "What do you want to do? You want to fight?" And the guy turned around and walked away, and Mitch said, "All right, that's what I thought." That's what I thought. So I know for a fact Mitch is about that action. He's for sure about that action. Amy Machua said, "I'm too tired to do anything else today." So, technical for Robinson, technical for Zaire Williams. Technicals will offset, no extra free throws, but Robinson will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. The Knicks are in the bonus. Hot Dog Hanzo said, Knicks' problem is pretty much the scoring consistency besides Brunson, and if he has trouble, Knicks are like a wheel with a hole. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I'm really not worried about the Knicks' offense. When the Knicks are locked in and they're playing a good team and, they got to play, I'm really not worried about their offense. Tonight, the Knicks are putrid. They got to wake up, right? We know this. There's really nothing you're going to take away. There's really nothing you're going to be able to take away from this game. Win, lose, or draw, this is a garbage game. Robinson misses the first free throw. He's got another one coming. The last thing I'm worried about is the Knicks' offense. Between Brunson and Towns, Anunoby, obviously, everybody else is a bit inconsistent, but their offense should be fine come playoff time. They should be able to manufacture more than enough points. The defense has always been a concern, and obviously their defense has ticked up as the season's gone on. They're now top 10, sitting with, I believe, the 6th or 7th defense right now. Robinson misses both, but Bridges knocks the offensive rebound out to Brunson. Brunson has it up top. Danny Wolf switches onto him. They lob it down low to Robinson. Ball knocked out of the air by Zaire Williams, and it's going to stay here with the Knicks. 9 minutes to go. Hot Dog said, let's hope it. Yeah, I'm with you. It's really just about hope. Leeway, she was up Leeway. If I was coaching, I wouldn't even go back into the locker room. I would keep them on the court, do some defensive drills and shooting drills. Well, you don't have to do any drills at halftime, but you could tell them, what do you want me to tell you guys? Right? The sentiment could pretty much be I don't know what you guys want me to tell you. You guys have played disastrously tonight. This is the worst I possibly have seen you play. And it's coming off of the previous worst I've ever seen this team play against the Santa Cruz Warriors the other night. So unless you guys want to wake up, there's nothing I can implement at halftime here to get you guys going. Traore down the lane, can't get the layup to go. Rebound to Towns, outlet to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down, crosses over, down the lane, leans in, pump fake, steps through, leaves it off Carthony Towns, 2-handed slam. There you go, Big Cat. There you go. Nice pass from Brunson, good patience. Zane said Anunoby healing his toenail. I mean, he's coming off really nice performances, so there's really no excuse. Anunoby just playing lazy here tonight. Drake Powell has it up top in the lane, kicks it up top to Seraph. Seraph kicks it out to, I think that's Johnson. They swing it over to Wolf. Pump fakes, blows by, down the lane, scoop play with the left hand, got it to go for Danny Wolf. Nice move. Nice move for Danny Wolf. The Knicks still trail by 12, man. Still trail by 12. They have 35 points with 2 minutes to go. So unless the Knicks want to unleash their offense here and get closer to 50, which is already a low-scoring quarter. Brunson to the rim, gets fouled by Danny Wolf. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Excuse me. Excuse me. Unless the Knicks want to unleash their offense here to end the quarter. Ending the quarter with sub 50 points against this Brooklyn Nets team is like, okay, man. Okay. Thank you, Reddy. Thank you, brother. Reddy said, no more hope, so Knicks need to keep practicing on A through Z. Team's hard second half of the season. I mean, we're obviously in the second half of the season, but we're in the home stretch here. We have about 10 games remaining. Like teams, especially the Knicks, like teams in this scenario, they just want to get to the playoffs already. Dom Andy said, does JB need another night off? No, I think he needs to play. I think he needs to play. Jalen Brunson's not accustomed to taking nights off to begin with, so I think he's out of rhythm right now. As he misses the second free throw, he splits them. Made the first, misses the second. Seraph the rebound, bringing it down the other way. We got 2 minutes to go, and the Knicks are sitting with 36 points. Right, defense has not been the problem tonight. Their offense has been absolutely disgusting. Seraph crosses over to his right down the lane, misses a floater, loose ball rebound. Towns picks it up, shoves it over to Bridges. The Knicks are off running. They get over to Brunson, right corner. He's going to put up the three over Zaire Williams, and he's going to knock it down for Jalen Brunson. It's an 8-point game. Can the Knicks offense get unleashed here for the final 2 minutes and just go on like an 8-0, 10-0 run real quick? Or I don't even care about the O part. Just put the ball in the basket. Zaire Williams misses a mid-range pull-up jumper. Brunson pushing it the other way. Brunson up top. Pull-up three for Jalen Brunson. He just hit one, misses that one. He's trying to get himself going, but nothing's going down consistently for this Knicks team, including Brunson, who is now 2 for 8 from the field, along with Anthony Towns. 2 for 8 from the field. A 3 for Johnson. Chaney Johnson can't get it to go. Towns digs out a rebound. That's his 9th rebound already here tonight. Brunson pushing it the other way. Leaves it off for Towns. Towns just going to bully his way to the basket. Euro step, floater. Can't get it to go, but a foul is called. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Too big, too strong, too talented. 2 free throws. Mark said, play some dang defense. I mean, 47 points in the first half is not a good offensive output for the Brooklyn Nets. So the defense is fine. It could be better, sure. Not saying it's great, but the defense is fine. Defense has not really been an issue here tonight. The offense is putrid. They got 39 points with a minute to go in the second quarter, Mark. Like, that is terrible. Towns knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. That is terrible. You should be at least, and this is already a low number, getting to 50. And they might not get to 50. And that's a low number. That's a low bar. Mark said defense leading the offense. They've had a couple opportunities where they either forced misses or got steals and got out and running. And they haven't converted. So yes, their defense needs to lead their offense. But if you're not knocking anything down, your offense is letting down your defense at a certain point. Seraph to the rim and gets the layup to go to goaltend on Towns, who came over for a block. But he also got fouled by Landry Shamet, so it's one more free throw for Ben Seraph. Come on, Landry, getting crossed over by Ben Seraph in the lane. Haiti Flores, what's up, Haiti? MBM said defense is okay, our offense is explosive. Wait for it. I mean, I'm not worried that they'll lose the game. I've said it multiple times tonight, but, you can only have so much patience. Seraph knocks down his and one free throw. It's back to 9. Brunson bringing it down, being guarded by Drake Powell. Brunson has it up top. They get over to Towns. Towns on the left wing. Tagging 2 is right up the screen from Brunson. Towns down the lane. Layup. Gets the layup to go. Nice finish from Anthony Towns. Good screen from Jalen Brunson. The inverted pick and roll, you love to see it. You love to see it. Knicks rarely go to it. Seraph crosses over on Shamet again. Spins in the lane. Kicks it out. A nice pass to Chaney Johnson. Left corner 3. Can't get it to go. Brunson knocks the rebound over to Bridges. Nice job from Jalen Brunson to rebound that. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson hesitates. Now driving past Zaire Williams in the paint. Pump fake goes up. Ball gets knocked out of his hands. Brunson looking for the foul call. Doesn't get it. 25 seconds to go here. Mark said no Josh, though. Josh should not be the arbiter of how good their defense is. Or how good their offense is. He was the reason we beat Indy? Yeah. But they also the Knicks also have, Brunson, Anunoby, Towns, McHale, Shamet. Like, you got guys who can give you buckets. Towns inside the Anunoby, pump fake, goes up, draws the foul. Can't get the layup to go, but he'll go to the foul line for 2 off the pump fake. 16 seconds to go. Hot Dog said, phlegmatic Knicks. MBM said, GTA getting any run? Yeah, he played earlier. Played start of the start of the second quarter. He missed a bunch of open looks. Anunoby knocks down the first free throw. He got another one coming. The Knicks have been horrific tonight. Like, this is as bad of offensive basketball as we've seen the Knicks play. The Nets aren't even playing good basketball right now. And it is a 6-point game with Anunoby with one more free throw coming. So, Anunoby misses the second free throw, rebound to Claxton. And here comes Seraph. Seraph has it up top, being guarded by Shaman. Seraph coming to his left. Seraph crosses over to his right, spins to his left, down the lane, gets blocked by Robinson. Rebound over to Brunson. Brunson's going to throw up the three-quarters court heave and come up just short, and that'll be the end of the first half. So, pretty disgusting first half for our guys. Ready, throwing tomatoes at them. Throw ahead. Throw them. Make sure you hit all the Knicks. They all deserve it. Terrible first half for our New York Knicks. It kind of is what it is. Pull off the win. Stay healthy. Nicky, what a joke. Kind of a joke of a game for the New York Knicks. Obviously, we know they're better than this, and they just have been bad. They've just been bad. MBM says 6-point lead keeps the bar open. It does. Kyle Gavigan said trouble too late in the season for these late starts every game. I think they'd be all right come playoff time. Mellow M, what's up, Mellow M? Are you a chef IRL? I'm not a chef. I do be chefing it up in certain aspects of my life, but in the kitchen, not so much. Antoine Thomas, throw the tomatoes at them. Get the tomatoes out, y'all. Throw it at them. They deserve it. This performance tonight is bad. Right? Sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade. It's a bad performance. You also want to give a little bit of credit to your opponents, but again, I think the Nets are playing fine. And they don't even have the talent really to guard the Knicks, and yet the Knicks are allowing them to be guarded by this Brooklyn Nets team. So, George said, I don't know what to say. I'm with you. I'm kind of at a loss for words too. We saw this level of performance against the Santa Cruz Warriors. Now we're watching it against the Brooklyn Nets G League team as well. Hot Dog said, let them take a whiff of ammonia and they'll be awake. MBM said, we are not pleased. Nice one. Lee Wei Shea said, we are not pleased. We are not pleased. We are not. Nate Yak said, down 6, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm with you, Yak, because that was a disastrous first half for the Knicks, and they trail by 6. It could be worse. We saw them trail by 20 points. I think it was 18. I think largely to the game for the Warriors in that game was 18. And, obviously they played their G League team. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? But, yeah. But before we really get into the halftime show, quick shout out to our halftime sponsor, our guys over at Get Off My Lawn Record. Go ahead and check out getoffmylawnrecord.com. You can also check out and subscribe to the YouTube channels, Get Off My Lawn Records, and the Jazz Destroyers. Check them out. They will be obviously up here for the remainder of the season here. Shout out our guys over there. Go to getoffmylawnrecord.com. Sign up for their mailing list to be notified whenever they drop new music or whenever any of their artists drop new music. Aside from signing up for the mailing list, if you are so musically inclined, go ahead and reach out to them. They know what to do. They will help you create music for yourselves. Got on my line record said, I got a little West of Regret by the Jazz Destroyers out here before the end of the season. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, y'all, so you can be notified. Go ahead and check out their music, man. See if it's for you. They do some good stuff over there. They were also generous enough to give us a discount code over at bandcamp.com. Use promo code Sheffy to get 20% off site-wide. Shout out our guys. Go check them out, man. Go check them out. Go reach out. Go sign up for the mailing list. Lee Wei, she said, I want my money back. This is a putrid performance. It is indeed. It is indeed. Hot Dog said, we should not forget that it's the NBA. There aren't really crappy teams. I mean, coaches can put out as least amount of talent as possible, like the Brooklyn Nets are trying to do. They're trying to put out the least amount of talent as possible to ensure that they lose these basketball games. That does not mean that these players are not going to play hard. And I think the Knicks have taken a little bit of exception to how hard the Brooklyn Nets have played them defensively tonight. I think the Knicks expected to come in. I mean, they beat them by 54 points last time. The Knicks, I think, expected to come in, and they were like, yeah, well, maybe they'll hang around, maybe they won't, but we'll be all right. We'll be able to do what we pretty much want to do here tonight. And that just hasn't been the case. The Nets are playing hard, they're digging up on them, and the Knicks are just not playing as hard as they need to play. Like OG Anunoby sitting with 3 points. Brunson sitting with 6 points on 2 for 10 shooting. Karl-Anthony Towns sitting with only a handful of points on 2 for 8 shooting. It's not good enough. Nikki said, if we lose in the first round of the playoffs, that will not happen, Nikki. What moves do we need to make to stay a relevant team? Currently feels like the Knicks are fighting to stay relevant. I will give you this solace, Nikki. And, you could obviously feel however you want to feel. But I will give you this solace. The end of the regular season here. You just want to get to the playoffs as healthy as possible. The Knicks have gotten to a point where they're comfortable where they're at. If they stay as the 3 seed, they stay as the 3 seed. Bring on the 6 seed. If they move up to the 2 seed, cool. We moved up to the 2 seed. Bring on the 8 seed. Bring on the 7 seed. Whoever it ends up being. Now that Cade Cunningham is out, and we can take a look at the standings for the rest of the regular season. The Detroit Pistons are now vulnerable and could potentially slide down the standings here. If that happens, cool. They can jump up to the 2 seed, the 1 seed, whatever. They're fine. This performance, what you're seeing tonight, is not a representation of what you will see from the Knicks come the playoffs, right? If it is, I'll eat crap. But I'm telling you right now, almost every good team, unless you have something you're trying to prove, is going to struggle down the stretch. I mean, we can take a look around the league. We can take a look at the scores because I just saw it up there. The Detroit Pistons, no Cade Cunningham, struggling against the Warriors here tonight, 57-50. It's a 7-point game. Warriors are not good, right? No Steph Curry. I don't even know if Draymond's playing tonight, but the Warriors are not good. We can go down to the Boston Celtics, who are trailing by 3 to the tanking Memphis Grizzlies, who traded all their good players. We can take a look at this box score. The Memphis Grizzlies have Olivier, Maxence Prosper, Taylor Hendricks, Jalen Wells, Ty Jerome, and Javon Small in their starting lineup tonight. Do you know these guys? Right? I mean, you might know the names. I definitely know these guys. I know these names, right? I know Omax. I know Taylor Hendricks. I actually love Taylor Hendricks coming out of his draft class. We know Jalen Wells. Ty Jerome, we know, who came back from injury. Javon Small, I know his name. Not super familiar with his game. Right? We go down to their bench. Tyler Butler, DeJon Jarreau, Cam Spencer, Walton Clayton Jr. The Grizzlies are up by 3 on the Celtics. Celtics have 38 points with 7 minutes to go in the third. They're not having a good outing against the Grizzlies. This happens to teams, right? Especially the teams who are comfortable where they're at in their conference, who just want to get to the playoffs healthy. You're going to put together bad performances. You're going to come out thinking, all right, well, they're playing their G League team. We'll be all right if we come out and just kind of play our game. They'll be fine in the long run. They'll be fine once the playoffs roll around and they got to get up for these games. Because we've seen them do that. The Knicks have a pretty good record against really great teams this year. They have a really good record. Not a really good record. They have a good record. Kyle said, Mikhail, Josh, Brunson, and Kat untouchable. I think people would say otherwise, but Kyle said, we are stuck the way we are for the next 4 years. Highly disagree, Kyle. Highly disagree. They could pivot this offseason if they wanted to. They could pivot. They could trade Anunoby for a plethora of things. They could trade Mikal Bridges for a couple of things. They can move on from Karl-Anthony Towns in a big deal. They can completely upend this team, right? The Giannis thing is there. They could do that. Skomberg, what's up, Skomberg? Peter, appreciate you, Peter. They could completely change this team around in the offseason. They could. I don't think they will, but they could. Third Gear pool. What's up, Third Gear? Kyle said they are a different team in the playoffs, but let's see. Yeah, it's all a waiting game for the most part. We are at a point when you're a championship contending team. The Knicks have not been this. At least not in my lifetime. They have not really been this, a championship contending team. When you're a championship contending team and you have this soft spot of a schedule at the end of your season, you're going to have outings like this where you come out lackadaisical thinking our town's just going to win us the game tonight, right? But teams play hard. Young players play hard. It kind of just is what it is. And you're going to have to find a way to pull this victory out. The same way they did against the Golden State Warriors. It was an ugly outing, and they won by 3, I think, 103-100 or something like that. And it was, like I said, a bad performance. And they're going to have bad performances at the end of the regular season here. And they might even have a bad performance or two come playoff time. But this is a team that is looking in the long term and not really worried about the night-to-night scoring or night-to-night schedule at this point in the regular season. They've gotten to the point they're 20 games over 500. You know, they're good. They're good with what they're at. Hot Dog said it's a local rivalry, though, New York versus Brooklyn. The Knicks don't see it that way. You know, Brooklyn sees it that way, but the Knicks don't see a rivalry. It's that old meme, I think it's from Mad Men, where, where someone is like, you're my greatest rival or something, and the other person's like, I don't even know who you are, right? That's the Knicks or the Brooklyn Nets, right? The Nets look at the Knicks, and they're like, yeah, that's our rival. We got to take the Knicks down. And the Knicks are like, oh, hi, little bro. See you next time. Right? Who's on your team again? We don't even really know. That's where they're at. That's where this rivalry is at. Now, if they lose tonight, throw all the tomatoes on them. Throw all the, all the negative feelings you want on them because they'll deserve it. But they scored 30 points in the second quarter after a 14-point first quarter. They'll be fine in the long term. That first quarter, these lackadaisical starts to these games is going to burn them if they continue. I just don't think that they will continue. But they're not giving any evidence as to it ending at any point here, right? They continue to get off to these slow starts. Roy Christopher Lampayo? What's up, Roy? Only time you bet for a blowout and the enemy team unknown players start playing like Generation of Miracles. Gomberg said if we want Giannis, we have to wait till his free agency. Trading for him, we lose too much. I tend to agree, Scomberg. I tend to agree, but players don't hit free agency anymore. Whatever team he gets traded to, he will receive a max contract extension. Zane said Knicks ain't worried about no M. Smith. Shout out Malachi Smith. But yeah, I mean, listen, man. If you've ever been in any kind of tournament or competitive thing, whatever, it could be video games, it could be chess, it could be Connect 4. If you underestimate your opponent, you can get smacked up a little bit like this, right? And the Knicks just got smacked up a little bit. Now, can they respond? I expect them to respond. Will they respond? I expect them to respond, but time will tell. We're going to have to wait for the second half here. MBM said, trust the process. It is a process. You do got to trust the process, and the process isn't always going to be pretty. Bernard Johnson, that's right. Every team has had to beat the Knicks, so they better bring their A game. This is true. And the Knicks very, very rarely bring their A game against lower competition. MBM said if they lose, they still win. Sleep in their own beds, big win. Let's take a look at the Knicks schedule. Not much to really go over in the box score. I don't really even want to do that. I'd rather go around the league. I'd rather take a look at some of the schedules here. We looked real quick. Warriors and Pistons. 9-point lead for the Pistons now. Rockets up by 8 against the Hawks. Now 5, now 6, now 5. Can't do math. Now 5 against the Hawks here. Celtics and Grizzlies locked in a tight one. 4.5 to go in the second. Blazers putting a whooping on the Timberwolves right now. And then the late game, you got Raptors versus Nuggets starting at 9. Not really a late game. That's tipping off in about 10 minutes. David said, it's way past process time. It's way past process time to zone in, playoffs close. I would argue this is exactly where most good teams end up. Is in a situation where you're playing down to your competition, just like get us to the playoffs, man. Get us to the playoffs. The Knicks are looking ahead in their schedule, and they're overlooking teams like the Warriors G League team, like this Nets G League team. Like, do you expect the Knicks? You know, maybe I'm giving them too much of an excuse, but like I said, if you're in a chess tournament and you're playing against people your age or older or whatever, and then like a 9-year-old steps up to the table to play you, you're definitely looking down on the 9-year-old a little bit like, all right, kid, I got this. And the 9-year-old might smack you up, because why is he in the competition anyway, right? The Knicks definitely overlooking this Nets team right now, looking ahead of their schedule. Speaking of, let's go ahead and bring that up. And again, smacked up a little bit. Respond. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. The next game they have is Washington. You know, this will probably end up being a close game the way this is going at this rate. This Pelicans team is really good right now with DeJounte Murray coming back from injury. So these should be wins. The Knicks are what, on a 3-game winning streak, 4-game winning streak, 4-game winning streak. Utah, Indiana, Golden State, Indiana. Most part, easy teams. Brooklyn, easy team. Washington, easy team. New Orleans, playing better. So I'm not going to necessarily say easy team should be an easy game. But the Knicks are definitely looking ahead, man. They got Charlotte coming up. They got Oklahoma City coming up. They got Houston coming up. Like, these are games that they're going to have to show up and show out for. Especially this OKC game. That's a primetime game. The last one you played ended in a 3-point game. So, look, if they get smoked by Oklahoma City in this game right there, go ahead. Worry. That's a game coming out of where if you get blown out, you could worry. You could worry. I'll push back on it like I always do, but you could worry. That is 100% a game where if they go in and they can't hold a candle to the Oklahoma City, you're going to walk away from it being like, oh, I don't know, man. Because in order to win a championship, you're probably going to have to beat the Thunder. Right? And if they don't match up. David said, we're playing like our seed is set. We still need to win. Sure. But I think the Knicks definitely are looking ahead to this stretch of their schedule as opposed to this stretch of the schedule. And again, it's a little bit of an excuse, for sure. I'm with you. I'm excusing their poor performance. Absolutely. But, it's a long season. You're just trying to get out of here healthy and with a win. Anunoby throws down a two-handed slam over Danny Wolf in the paint. It's a good way to start the second half here. I fully expect them to play better and pull away a little bit here. Offense should definitely be better. It's hard to be worse in the second half than it was in the first half. Traore has it up top, attacking to his right, down the lane, kicks it out to Danny Wolf. He'll line up a three, and Danny Wolf will miss a three. Towns the rebound. He's now in double figures rebounding, also in double figures scoring. So another double-double for Karl-Anthony Towns, 13 and 10 on the night. Brunson dancing with it against Wolf. Step back, mid-range shot. Got it to go for Jalen Brunson. There you go. It's a 2-point game. Here we go. Eric C. said, still going to get 120 points. With a 14-point first quarter, that would be crazy. It's possible, but it would be crazy. Traore gets the ball knocked out of the air. Steal for the Knicks. Bridges gets it over to Shamet. Shamet on the right wing, over to Towns. Extra pass to Bridges. Bridges gets ran off the line by Traore. Good job from Traore. They get it back out to Towns. Towns bullet pass inside the Bridges. Bridges kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet straightaway three. And off the back rim, can't get it to go. Bridges the offensive rebound. Over to Anunoby. Over to Towns. He'll walk into the straightaway three. Give us the lead. There's the lead. So for all of the doom and gloom and the worry, Knicks come out and 7 straight points, 7-0 run. They take a 1-point lead. 51-50. Now you've taken the lead. Please don't give it back. Traore down the lane against Shamet, leans in, gets caught in the air, kicks it out. Danny Wolf, wide open left wing three. Danny Wolf, way off on that one. Loose ball rebound goes over to Bridges, over to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson up top to Towns. Gets it over to Anunoby. Jab step, three for OG Anunoby. Well short on that one. And Danny Wolf there for the rebound. Here comes Traore. Bullet pass to Wolf. Wolf down the lane against Brunson. Bowls him right over. And an offensive foul on Danny Wolf. Jalen Brunson steps in and draws his charge. Nikki said the problem isn't getting the win. The problem is how much harder they make it for themselves. Having to keep our best players in till late in the game against the G League teams. Absolutely. Absolutely, Nikki. You're 100% right. These are absolutely nights you should be able to take your guys out a little bit early. Get them a little bit more rest than usual. Don't take don't take playing these teams for granted, but also that's 4 fouls on Danny Wolf now. But also don't put yourself in a situation where you have to have Brunson or Towns or Anunoby in the game late into it and could possibly pick up another foul or an injury. Brunson down the lane against Claxton, loses the handle on the ball. It's out of bounds. Ball back to the Nets. Just mishandling it. Traore bringing it down against Shamet. Kinahara, what's up, Kinahara? Traore down the lane over Claxton, a floater. Gets it to go. The Nets retake the lead, 52-51. Kinahara said, the problem isn't wins and losses. It's team health and spirits at this point. And heck, I got Knicks under 53.5, so a few losses and I'm good. Health, team spirits. Anunoby loses the handle on the ball. He's saying he got knocked out of bounds. Claxton and Anunoby get into it. Now that's some more techs. This is the third dust-up between these two teams. Anunoby and Claxton. Get into it. So the ref initially called a double tech. They're arguing that it's not, shouldn't be a tech on Claxton because Anunoby was the instigator in the incident. So we have 9 minutes to go here. We got a stoppage in play. Some more possible technicals here. Kinar said, speaking of health, what's up with Deuce? We got an update on Deuce, Kinar. We got an update on Deuce. Video came out of Deuce McBride working out on the court. Deuce McBride was working out on the court. Nothing too intense, just, a couple of warm-up drills, just, getting a handoff, coming off the screen, going to the rim for layups, and whatnot, breaking a sweat out on the court. There was also reported 3 days ago, on the 17th, 3 days ago, that Deuce McBride has participated a little bit in some of the contact drills in practice. So he's on his way. He is on his way. He is on his way. I think there is real optimism that he'll be back for the last handful of games of the regular season at this point. But yeah, still really waiting for the full participant in practice kind of update. But he is participating in practice, so. Double technical on Anunoby and Claxton. No free throws. Let's keep it moving. Riaz said, damn. When Brunson takes those charges, I always worry about him hitting his head. It is a tough hit, man. Danny Wolf is like a 6'10", 250, 260-pound dude barreling into a 6-foot dude. Like that's not a light hit, man. That's not a light hit. Kinar said, Wood had been the injury, ankle, hammy? No, he got abdomen surgery to fix a hernia. Sports hernia. So he was initially out with the ankle injury, right? A little sprained ankle. And as he went in to get a normal checkup, they found that he had a little sports hernia and decided to get the surgery at that moment so that he could possibly come back for the end of the regular season rather than wait on it and it possibly getting worse. Zaire Williams lines up a 3 and Zaire Williams knocks down a 3. And just like that, the Knicks are back down by 4. Come on, New York. Shamet bringing it down. Coming to his left, hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby gets it over to Towns. Towns up top, being guarded by Claxton. Claxton digging in defensively. And Bridges bringing it down. He has it up top. Coming to his left off the Towns screen. Bridges. Pass fake. Cross-court pass. Shamet ran off the line by Wolf. Shamet has to fire with the shot clock winding down. Rebound to Karl-Anthony Towns, and he lays it up and in off the offensive rebound. All right, Knicks offense getting real stagnant again. Here comes Traore. Traore up top. 53-55. Towns goes for the steal. Claxton down the lane. Layup. Misses the layup. Misses everything. What is going on with Claxton? Claxton gets the rebound and throws down a 2-handed slam. And here comes Jalen Brunson, bringing it down the other way. And Traore fouls Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns is like, finally. This game's getting chippy. You guys were calling it a rivalry before. And I pushed back on it, saying the Knicks don't even really see this as a rivalry. But this game is getting chippy. Gotta blow my nose again. Spring is in the air, man. Brunson up top dancing with it against Drake Powell. Pulls it out, crosses over to his left. Half spin past him. Nice move, but he misses the floater. Danny Wolf comes flying in for the rebound. Ball gets knocked out. It's going to stay here with the Knicks. The Nets used the challenge earlier in the game. They don't have a challenge. Drake Powell was screaming for a challenge. They don't have a challenge. They used it and lost it earlier in the game. So the ball will remain here with the Knicks. Yvette Posada, what's up, Yvette? They get into Anunoby in the left corner being guarded by Claxton. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson curling to his left. Nice inside pass to Towns. Leans in. Layup. Can't get it to go, but a foul is called on Zaire Williams. Towns going to the foul line for 2. Now we are at the point where every player is complaining about every play. Every call that is made by the officials, players are complaining. Both the Knicks and the Nets. More so the Nets, but the Knicks also complaining themselves. But the Nets very frustrated with some of the calls that the Knicks have gotten here tonight. Keenan Har said, Hurts Cade's MVP conversation. The numbers had already told us this. The most important players are Jokic and Wemby. Everyone else next level down. You can throw SGA up there too, big dog. I know you're not a fan of SGA, but he is up there. He is up there. Jokic, the numbers actually don't love Jokic this season. He's obviously still up there, but they don't love Jokic the way they used to, if we're going by the numbers. Right, the numbers love SGA, the numbers love Wemby. Don't necessarily love Jokic this season. Karl-Anthony Towns knocks down both of his free throws. Thank you, Kat, for being... I think he's perfect from the foul line tonight. Either way, he's got 19 points now. Keenar said, I'm not dissing SGA, it's just Wemby and Jokic are better. I don't know, man. I don't know. Traore down the lane gets fouled by Anunoby. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. 405 said, hating on SGA is disgusting. Thunder up. I don't think he's hating on SGA, but I don't think Jokic has a claim to the throne this year, man. Jokic has not been his normal Jokic level. He said, I'm talking about the most important numbers. Win shares per 48 and on-off. Are they the most important numbers? Is on-off the most important numbers, or can they be a bit inflated depending on how good your bench is and how good your backup is, per se? Traore knocks down the first free throw. So, some of those numbers can be manipulated, especially on-off. Can absolutely be manipulated a bit. Traore knocks down both free throws. It's a 4-point game. Brunson bringing it down, being guarded by Drake Powell. Brunson up top, being guarded by Danny Wolf. Coming to his left, over to Anunoby. Anunoby down the lane. Two-way and a slam over Danny Wolf again. His second poster on Danny Wolf. Here comes Traore. It's still a 2-point game. We're going back and forth. Claxton hands it off to Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf spins to his left off the handoff, pulls it back out, up top to Traore, being guarded by Shamit, tagging to his right, stops, pops, foul line jumper. Too strong, can't get it to go. Towns the rebound, over to Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson up top, over to Towns, shoves it over to Bridges. Bridges quiet after that first quarter. Lobs it over to Anunoby, tries to get it down low to Towns. Ball gets knocked out by Danny Wolf. Good hands from Wolf. Wolf bringing it down against Shamit. Coming to his left, spinning to his right, in the paint, turns, kicks it out to Zaire Williams along the baseline, pump fake. Kicks it up top to Traore, being guarded by Towns. Traore crosses over to his left, foul line, step back, pump fake, steps through, scoop layup with the right hand, throws up an air ball on the scoop layup. Anunoby the rebound, quick outlet to Brunson. Brunson tries to get over to Bridges, but gets kicked out of bounds by Zaire Williams. We got 6:11 to go. We're going to get a timeout. Mark Porter, what's up, Mark? Indiana and Brooklyn are going to play up to the Knicks. That's true. Still another good point. Indiana and Brooklyn absolutely playing up to the Knicks. Keenar said, yes, Jokic post-injury, okay, has been subpar for him. That's true. Yeah, for him, obviously, he's still playing awesome in comparison to other guys around the league. But for him, a little bit of a step down. He is in his 30s now. He is in his 30s. Hoobian said, just logged in. Why are we down? Are G League teams our weakness? G League teams might be the Knicks' weakness. They continue to play down to the competition. And the competition plays up to the Knicks. I think that is also something that I have definitely under-discussed a little bit. I definitely pointed it out for the Warriors game, but I talked about it a little bit less here tonight against the Nets. They're definitely playing up to the Knicks. But, yeah, it might be the Knicks' kryptonite. If you want to beat the Knicks in a playoff series, just throw out your end-of-the-bench guys. Mark read that one from Mark Porter. Christian said, take Bridges out and put Clarkson in. Clarkson has not been good tonight either. Bridges is sitting with the 7 points he scored in that first quarter, 2 for 4 from the field. He has not been aggressive enough, for sure. Keenar said he has not been bad for the Nuggets. While Jokic was only, they had a super weak schedule, and when he returned, their schedule has been very strong. Yeah, but he has also not played well enough. He just flat out has not played well enough. He's been, like you said, for his standard, for the Jokic standard of best in the world, he's been below that. Which is why I think so far, right now, SGA is the best basketball player in the world. Right now. Jokic has a claim. Wemby's going to have a claim, although he might have a claim this season. Keenar said, honestly, I'm for Wemby MVP this season. Well, it's SGA. SGA is the MVP of the season. He's, everything that he has, and the combination of breaking the Wilt Chamberlain record, the just effortless efficiency that he has. I mean, the guy doesn't miss. The Wemby's good too, though. Wemby's right below him. Wemby's right below him. The MVP is SGA's, though. Like, it's as long as he plays the minimum amount of games, he's going to win the MVP this year. It's not even really in question. I think Arna said, thank you. That's what I'm trying to tell these people. Luka and SGA is my MVP. Luka had a nice, strong start to the season, had a subpar middle part of the season, and is obviously having a strong end to his season. How do you evaluate that middle part of the season? You know, as far as consistently being great all season, that goes to SGA. Even Wemby had a strong start to the season, a little bit of a bumpy slide in the middle there, then had some injuries and he was in and out of the lineup. Now back to in the lineup, consistently playing and being great again. So how do you evaluate the 82 game season, right? Are we only going to pay most? Are we going to weigh the important games that these star players played more heavily? Are we going to weigh, the total 82 game season more heavily? Like, how do you evaluate who's your MVP of the season? I don't think it's, you're out of your mind for thinking Wemby's the MVP. For sure, I think he's had a phenomenal year. Mo Diawara, right corner three. Way to snap me out. Mo Diawara snaps me out of whatever I'm talking about. Mo Diawara threes get me hype. Not going to lie. Right? Either way, I think the top three right now is SGA, in my opinion, SGA 1, Wemby 2, Jokic 3, Luka 4. Traore dancing with it, gets caught in the air. Good defense from Clarkson. Ball gets knocked loose by Brunson. Clarkson in the lane. Leaves it off of Bridges. Scoop layup, got it to go. Nice feed from Jordan Clarkson to get Mikal Bridges back on the board. And it's 62-59. There you go, Knicks. Let's keep it going. But I do think it's a close race. Wemby will get first place votes for sure. They lob it up top to Claxton for a one-handed slam. Good pass from Traore there. Wemby will get first place votes. I think SGA will win it in mostly a landslide, but Jokic will get first place votes. I think Luka could get a first place vote or two, for sure. Bridges dancing with it, gets it over to Diawara. Diawara lines up another one. Wide right on that one. Barely grazes the rim. All right, Mo. I like the confidence, though. Under 5 to go. Powell has it up top, attacking to his left, snaking it back to his right, pulls it back out. Powell tries to get it up top to Danny Wolf. They do. Bridges almost got the steal, knocked the ball out of the air, but Wolf recovers it. Powell attacking Robinson off the bounce to the rim, lefty layup, way off. Mitchell Robinson has been phenomenal at deterring these guys at the rim. Brunson swings through down the lane, puts up the floater, comes up short. Brunson looking for the foul call, doesn't get it. And now here comes Traore, bringing it down the other way. Still 62-61. Knicks have not been able to pull away. The Nets doing a good job staying in this one. Danny Wolf down the lane, scoop play with the right hand, can't get it to go. Wolf looking for the foul call, doesn't get it. Good defense from Mo Diawara, I guess, with the no call. Diawara down the lane, takes a bump. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. There you go. Look at Mo Diawara being aggressive, baby. Look at Mo Diawara being aggressive. I love it, Mo. I really do. This is just something special about Mo Diawara. There's something special about that kid, man. Edison, what's up, Edison? Go JC. JC's hooping. JC is hooping. Albert with the Albert. Ring Possum, the Knicks are killing me. Raymond said SGA has a smooth and effortless game. Yep, he does. It's actually disgusting to watch him sometimes where you're just like, man, sweat a little bit. Just sweat. Just show me that you're trying hard. Like he plays the whole game and like doesn't even break a sweat. It's disgusting. Keenar said, not an OKC fan because they stole iHeart and because Lou Dort is a dirty player. Yeah, I agree with you. It's hard for me to root for the Oklahoma City Thunder in any matchup they have. I mean, they could be playing the Boston Celtics, and I might root for the Celtics in that matchup, I might be rooting for the Celtics. Keenar said, nobody is denying SGA is a top 3 player in the league for several years. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm with you, Keenar, in that Jokic has had claim for best player in the year last season and going back, back to when he took that from Giannis, I guess. Giannis was the best player in the league, and then Jokic took it from him and held it for a number of years. I think SGA's taking it from Jokic this year, unless Jokic comes, because I've not been impressed with for Jokic standards. He's obviously been awesome. As Williams to the rim gets the layup to go past Robinson. Nice move. Diawara did knock down both of his free throws, but yeah, I mean, Jokic is still obviously top 3. He's number 2 for me. He's right below SGA, but I think I got SGA ahead of Jokic right now. And that's right now. Mo Diawara fakes the handoff, down the lane, kicks it out the Bridges. Extra pass to Brunson. What a driving kick from Mo. Over to Brunson, a three, can't get it to go. Mo Diawara trying to battle for the rebound. But Johnson ends up with it. Over to Zaire Smith, over to Zaire Smith, to Johnson, back to Zaire Williams. My goodness, I'm all over the place. And Zaire Williams gets the two-handed slam on the break there. And the Brooklyn Nets take the 1-point lead again. Brunson gets it over to Diawara. Diawara has it up top. I really like Diawara's game since coming back into the game. He's got 8, 5, and 3 tonight. Look at Mo filling up the stat sheet. They go over to Bridges. Bridges up top, dancing with it, crosses over, down the lane, step back, one-legged fall-away jumper. Looked like somebody maybe got a piece of it. Robinson under the rim, layup. Got it to go down in the foul for Big Mitch. Unless they call it a shot clock violation? Shot clock violation because Bridges' shot didn't hit the rim. Come on. Bridges. You know, I said we're all hyped about Mo. There's something special about him. The way he moves, the way he processes the game, the expectations we had from Mo Diawara could also be involved in it. It's just insane. He was the 51st overall pick. And to see him this advanced in his feel of the game, obviously his skills need to catch up as the Knicks force a turnover, a bad pass from Minot there. His skills need to catch up with the way he plays the game, but, you know, the way he can drive the lane on the right wing and then throw a cross-court pass across his body to the left wing and read the defense in that way and get those passes off is really impressive. The three-point shot being somewhat viable is really impressive. He's just way ahead of schedule from what I thought he was going to be. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, they drafted another project. We'll see how this one plays out. You know, they drafted Dadier, who we knew was going to be a project and continues to be a project. Kinhar said, 51st pick is finally working out for us. Yeah. You know, we knew when they drafted Dadier, okay, that's a project. We'll see if that works out. And so far, not looking great. We knew when they drafted Deuce McBride in the second round, project. We'll see how that works out. Now, Deuce McBride's worked out great for the Knicks. We knew Tyler Kolek. They drafted him in the second round. Okay, Tyler Kolek, older player coming out of Marquette. He should be able to slot in right away and kind of give you some spot minutes here and there. And that's for the most part what he's brought you. There wasn't a ton of upside when they drafted Kolek there. You know, he wasn't necessarily a project. Similar with Ariel Hukporti, a little bit older, coming off an injury as a big man. They knew there's some things there, maybe a good backup center, maybe a third-string center for some spot minutes and whatnot. But when you draft a project like Dadier, like Mo Diawara, you're hopeful that they can show you things. And, you know, Dadier is a bit of a different situation because they drafted him in the first round with the 25th pick. Now, again, there were other things going into that draft, as in the Knicks knew when they picked him that he would take 80% of the rookie scale contract, which is really something you almost never see, right? When you get drafted, you take what, when you're drafted in the first round, you will take what that pick entails, what you're deserved to, right? You know, it's all already set, right? So the first round pick makes a certain amount of money. Second round pick, a little bit less. Third round pick, a little bit less. And then it goes all the way down for the entirety of the first round. So when you drafted 25th, there's a set contract that's already available for you. All you got to do is sign your name on it. The Knicks presented him a different contract, 80% of the total rookie scale contract, so 20% less than what he was actually going to be making. The reason why he accepted it was because he probably was not going to be drafted by another team in the first round. He was going to slide down to the second round, in which you don't have a guaranteed contract. At least he knew he would have a 2+2 guaranteed contract in the NBA. An opportunity to stick around with the Knicks and play. But we knew he was a project. We knew he was a project, was my point. Mo Diawara is the 51st pick. I didn't even know Mo Diawara as a prospect. Like Dadier, I knew as a prospect in that draft. Thought he was going to be a second-round pick, but I knew him as a prospect. I knew the name. I had seen some of the highlights and whatnot. Didn't know a ton, but I knew the name. Mo Diawara, I didn't know anything. They drafted Mo Diawara, and I was like, huh? Who? That's who we got? Why did we pick up this kid? Who is this? A big man? Okay. And then, we watch him play in Summer League, and he's impressive. Watch him play in preseason. He's impressive again. He's getting some spot minutes throughout the regular season. Continues to impress. And now here he is, where I'm like, give the ball to Dadier and get the heck out of the way. 51st overall pick, 20 years old, ton of promise. Brunson gets trapped. They kick it over to Clarkson. Clarkson the straightaway three. Clarkson the basket. There you go, Jordan Clarkson. Thank goodness for Jordan Clarkson out there, man. Here comes Ben Serra bringing it down. Johnson has it in the high post. Hands it off to Agbaji. Agbaji, the mid-range jumper over Robinson, gets blocked. Brunson the rebound. Can their defense lead the offense? You got the stop. Can you pair it with the score? Brunson coming to his left of Robinson screen. Swings it out to Anunoby. Anunoby hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. Agbaji switched onto him. Agbaji not a bad defender. Brunson pulls it out. Coming to his right off Clarkson screen. Seraph switched on to Brunson. He leans in. He steps back. Loses the handle. Kicks out to Clarkson. Pump fake. Driving to his left. Steps back. Inside pass to Anunoby. A two-handed slam. Beautiful pass from Jordan Clarkson at the last second as he rose up to shoot it. Saw Anunoby standing under the rim by himself. Threw down the bullet pass. Anunoby throws it down with two hands. 69-65. It's a 4-point lead for the Knicks. Seraph bringing it down against Clarkson. Seraph up top. Johnson will fire the straightaway three over Robinson. He'll miss it. Rebound to Mo Diawara. Another rebound from Mo. And Mo picks up his handle. Mo gets it over to Brunson. We got to get a pass to half-court line. Brunson gets fouled. They call the foul. Brunson could have been called for the 8-second violation. Mo Diawara can't pick up your dribble in the backcourt there. It's better than a turnover, but... David said we got close on Celtics-Memphis. Let's go around the league. We have not gone around the league in a second. Is that game over? That game's still going on. It is a close game. It is a close game. 55-54. 55-54. We'll keep an eye on it as the rest of the night goes on. Brunson crosses over to his left, down the lane, pump fake, one-legged fall-away jumper. Got it to go for Jalen Brunson. They'll score the basket, but a loose ball foul, Mitchell Robinson in the paint. 1:05 to go. Minute to go here. Minute to go. Dom Anthony said, when is the last time the Knicks had a good first half? It's a good question, brother. It's a good question. It's a really good question. Seraph to the rim, or Saraf? I think they just called him Saraf. I was mispronouncing his name all night. Ben Saraf misses the layup there. He's looking for the foul. He didn't get it, but Brunson has it up top. They have built up a 6-point lead here. Brunson coming to his right. Saraf switched on to Brunson. They show a double team. Brunson picks up his handle, gets it over to Anunoby, swings through along the baseline, goes up. Two-handed slam for OG Anunoby. He's just dunking everything so far tonight. He's just dunking everything. 8-point lead for the Knicks now. On a 9-0 run. Started with the Clarkson 3. Saraf down the lane, pushes off on Clarkson, and the offensive foul on Saraf. The Saraf draft pick is not looking too good for the Brooklyn Nets. The other guys, they got some promise. I like what I've seen from Danny Wolf. Traore is interesting. Igor Jebin was having an interesting year as well. So, you know, those three other guys, of their 5, I think they had 5 draft picks. Definitely 4. Of their draft picks, like, 3 of them, they seem interesting, and we'll see how they continue to develop. Brunson gets it over to Diawara down the lane, kicks out to Anunoby in the corner, back over to Diawara. Diawara coming to his left, hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right, down the lane, to the paint, scoop layup, got it to go for Jalen Brunson, and there's the 10-point lead for the Knicks going into the fourth quarter. Minot bringing it down. He's going to put up the 3 at the buzzer. He's going to miss it, and that will be the end of the first half right there. And end of the first half. End of the third quarter right there. We got 12 minutes to go, and a 10-point lead for the Knicks. There you go. There you go. They only allowed the Brooklyn Nets to score 15 points in that third quarter. Bernard Johnson, Knicks defense starting to come alive. For sure. For sure. For sure. Uh, 15 points in that third. Oh, you can't see it. 15 points in that third quarter for the Brooklyn Nets. Really good. Really good. Really good defense. There you go. Scored 31 points in that third quarter as well. So by far the best quarter for the Knicks. By far. The Detroit Pistons have blown it open against the Warriors there, 94-73. There you go, Detroit handling business. The Hawks are down by 8 to the Rockets at halftime, 62-54. And the Celtics and the Grizzlies locked in a pretty close one here, 59-56. We'll see if Memphis is going to be able to keep up with this Boston Celtics team. Lee Weishi said, Mitch getting Sims again? That's a good question. Who would get Defensive Player of the Game here tonight for the Knicks? Definitely not OG. I'll tell you that. Mitch, I guess, yeah. Yeah. I think Towns has been pretty solid as well defensively. See maybe Towns getting it, but probably Mitch. Probably Mitch. I think Mitch has been really good. Mitch has been really good. Yeah, I'm going to go with Mitch. You're right. Mitch is probably the leader in the clubhouse right now for defensive player of the game. The Blazers and the Timberwolves. It's a 6-point game after the Blazers went up big against the Timberwolves there. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping. I thought that was a larger lead for the Blazers earlier in the game, but first quarter was 33-28 and then 35-31. So maybe not. Maybe not. Raptors and Nuggets have tipped off at 17-15 early in that game. They got 3 minutes to go in that first quarter. So no game has ended yet. This is the game that will end first. Oh no. Pistons Warriors will end first. They're already started their fourth. So the Pistons will end up winning. But we went over the Pistons schedule. And we talked about it. This is probably their easiest game on the docket without Cade Cunningham here. Right? Because now they got the Lakers, who are red hot, smoking hot right now. You got Atlanta, who's red hot. You got New Orleans, who's hot, playing well right now with the return of DeJounte Murray. You got Minnesota. That could be a tough one, but we'll see if Anthony Edwards plays. You got OKC. We could toss that up as a loss with no Cade Cunningham. You got Toronto. Toronto already beat them once with Cade Cunningham. I could see them losing again. But they could also win it. That's a bit of a toss-up. Minnesota with Anthony Edwards back is a tough one. We'll see who's back for Philly at this point in the season. You got Orlando. You got Milwaukee to end the season. Orlando could be a tough one with no Cade Cunningham. Milwaukee should be an easy win. So, man, we could see the Pistons fall down to as far as 3 at the end of the season here. Nick Yax had 3 blocks for Bitch. Did not realize it was that high already. Here we go. Start of our fourth quarter, by the way. Start of our fourth quarter. Boom, 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 boom. Minot down the lane to his right against Towns. Layup, can't get it to go. Good defense from Towns. Rebound to Alvarado. Alvarado bringing it down. The Knicks are out there with Anunoby, Towns, Diawara, Clarkson, and Alvarado. Diawara with 8, 6, and 4, by the way. They try to get it down low to Clarkson. Stolen. Home run pass to Johnson. Johnson pulls it out, leaves it off. I mean, that wasn't Johnson. That was Smith on the outlet. Left it off for Johnson, and then Johnson gets fouled by Towns. That is Towns' third foul. Third foul. Not bad. Not in foul trouble. Bradley Lepper? What's up, Bradley? Latrell Sprewell needs to make a living for his family, though. Hilarious quote. Hilarious quote. David Osh Jr. said, Celtics got a tough schedule, do they? I thought the last time we checked the Celtics, they had a pretty easy schedule for the most part. We can take a look, though, with Towns, with Johnson at the foul line for 2 free throws here. Real quick, we'll take a look at the Celtics schedule coming down the stretch. Minnesota's tough, Oklahoma City's tough, Atlanta tough, Charlotte tough, Atlanta tough, Miami playing well, that's tough, Milwaukee easy, Toronto, they should beat Toronto. Toronto's not a rollover game by any means, but they should be able to beat Toronto there. Charlotte, tough, New York, tough. Pelicans, we'll see how they're playing come April 10th. Orlando, April 12th, ends their season. Alvarado almost got it stolen by Saraf. Alvarado pushing it the other way. Cross-court pass to Towns, extra pass to Clarkson. Clarkson dancing with it, loses the handle, picks it up, shot clock winding down, got to make something out of nothing. That's when Clarkson's at his best. Down the lane, flips it up, can't get it to go. But a foul is called. And that's 2 free throws for Jordan Clarkson. So I'm talking into my pointer here. Where's my rim? Where's my rim? Where's my mic, I mean? Just as 100 would be a lot here in this toilet game. It is a toilet game. So, yeah, Boston's schedule, not too easy. Not too easy. So we've looked at Detroit. We've looked at Boston. Now we're going to take a look at the Knicks schedule. And Knicks schedule, easier, but not too easy either. Washington's easy. New Orleans could be tough. Charlotte tough. OKC tough. Houston tough. Memphis depends on how they're playing that night, but the Knicks should be able to win that one. Memphis could be tough. Just being at Memphis, too. Chicago should be somewhat easy. Atlanta, tough. Boston, tough. Toronto. The Knicks have kind of had Toronto's number this year. And then Charlotte to end their season is tough. So I think all 3 of the teams have, they could go down. They could go down. All 3 of them. They could not have a great ending to the season, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Saraf is going to the foul line for 2 here. Mike Brown calls a timeout and challenges. I did not see the play. It is 77-67, by the way. So we have 10:49 to go, and now we have a timeout. So now we can really dive into the schedules and where these teams are. Let's go around the league one more time real quick though. Yeah, Celtics Grizzlies still locked in a tight one. Grizzlies actually with a 2-point lead. Celtics called the timeout. Brown with 20, Tatum with 10 on 2 for 8 shooting. Tatum settling for a lot of threes. 8 of his 11 field goal attempts is from 3-point range. I said Nets probably scoreboard watching and looking at the lottery list. I mean, listen, man, we've been there as Knicks fans. We've been there. End of the season, eliminated from playoffs. Looking at who could possibly is going to be available for you come draft time. We've been there. Jaylen Brown 6 for 15 tonight. Not great shooting. Derek White only 3 points on 1 for 5 shooting. Pritchard has come off the bench, 12 points, 4 for 10. Sharman nothing so far. Hugo Gonzalez has 2. Luka Garza's giving him 7. Yeah, not a great night for the Celtics offensively here. Struggling a bit. 0 for Sam Hauser. He's only played 16 minutes. As far as the Grizzlies go, Omax Prosper with 10. Taylor Hendricks with 12. Shout out my guy Taylor Hendricks. Again, I was a big Taylor Hendricks fan during his draft process. I was hoping that he would fall to the Knicks. He did not. Ended up going in the lottery. Jalen Wells, Ty Jerome only has 8. Ty Jerome's kind of their main offensive engine at this point in the season. Off the bench, Tyler Burton. Who the heck is Tyler Burton? Putting up 14 on the Celtics here tonight. So again, when people start saying only the Knicks have random role players go off against them, who the heck is Tyler Burton? Let's learn. Shout out Tyler Burton. Giving it. Tyler Burton, 6'7" wing. He's a rookie. From Villanova. Them Villanova boys, man. They know how to hoop. 26 years old. Hooping against the Celtics here tonight. Going off. Shout out Tyler Burton. He's leading the Grizzlies in scoring with 14 here tonight. 4 for 7 from 3-point range, 5 for 10 from the field. We'll see if the Grizzlies are going to be able to keep this one close against the Celtics. So the Knicks win the challenge, no foul, and they get the ball back. They had imminent possession, so here we go. We're back into it. Jose Alvarado bringing it down. Gets it over to Towns, back to Alvarado along the baseline, inside to Anunoby. Scoop with the right hand, got it to go for OG Anunoby. A nice pass from Alvarado. It's a 12-point lead for the Knicks, still the largest lead of the game. The timer was going the whole time. And we got 10:30 to go here in this fourth quarter. Knicks with a 12-point lead. Ken said, update the score. I got you, brother. I got you. We're right on it. 10:20 to go. My timer's behind, I'll tell you that. Okay, Hazy said, Porzingis got injured. That's probably why Detroit pulled away. Detroit, I will say, is a defensive first team. So, it's their first year actually being good for a full season. So they're not playing down to their competition, right? The Knicks, it's their 5th year being good. And this is the best they've ever been, but it's their 5th year in a scenario as Minot knocks down a 3. So you get to this point and you just start playing down to the competition every now and again. It happens, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it happens to great teams. Towns bringing it down, has it up top. After Minot knocked down a 3, it's back to a 9-point game. Towns hands it off to Alvarado. Alvarado pulls it out. In and out dribble. Driving to his right. Picks up his handle. Kicks it up top to Diawara. Extra pass to Anunoby. He'll line up the left wing 3. OG got it to go. And we get those 3 points right back. 82-70. 9:45 to go. And Clarkson picks the pocket of Saraf, and he throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Towns the offensive rebound, though, and he banks it in. Big Cat, 22 tonight. I want to see Mo Diawara. He's got 8, 6, and 5, y'all. 8, 6, and 5. A crazy stat line for our guy, Mo Diawara. Another 3 for Minot, got it to go. He gets up off the bench and points at the Knicks bench. It looked like maybe to Robinson. All right, like I said, that's maybe not the guy I want to poke the bear against. But Robinson's not looking to lose any games. Towns swings through to his right, down the lane, draws a foul. He's going to go to it's going to be side out of bounds, no shot attempt. The Brooklyn Nets bench is very upset, thinking that should have been an offensive foul on Towns. It is not. Isaiah Garner said that would be a dumb move for Detroit to get Porzingis. He's literally injury prone and has an illness, which will keep him from playing. I don't think they're interested in Porzingis. If anything, they might be interested in Michael Porter Jr. this offseason making that trade. Off a turnover, Saraf down the lane, extra pass, Johnson down the lane in the paint, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Towns battling for the rebound, knocks it loose, picked up by the Nets, they kick it out. A three by Malachi Smith, can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball, Towns saves it into Robinson. Nice save from Karl-Anthony Towns. Alvarado dancing around the Robinson screen, over to Diawara, back to Alvarado. Alvarado over to Towns. Towns on the left wing. Dancing with it against Smith. Down the lane, takes some contact. One-legged fall away midi. Can't get that one to go. I'll give him grace on that one, because he has been knocking down that shot this season, unlike last season. Another three for Minot over Robinson. Got it to go for Minot. Josh Minot. He's got the shot tonight. He's got, I think it's going to go up to 22 points. They just said 22 on the broadcast. He's 7 for 10 from the field. Alvarado bringing it down against Saraf. And a moving screen on Mitchell Robinson. Good pressure from Saraf to draw that foul. Nets not out of this one yet. They're battling. LP, what's up, LP? How is Cat's play and efficiency tonight? I think Cat's been solid. He's 6 for 13 from the floor, so just under 50%. He's been fine. Overall, you know, like, I don't think anybody's played exceptionally well here tonight for the Knicks. He's been fine. Like, I think everybody else, for the most part, as well, has been fine. Like, Brunson's been fine. Robinson's been fine. Clarkson's been good. I think Alvarado's been fine. You know, like, the Knicks, it's 84 to 76 against the G League Nets. You know, I don't think anybody's playing awesome. I think guys are playing okay. Minot ran off the line, extra pass, another three. Can't get that one to go. Wild rebound. Went right through Karl-Anthony Towns' hands. And a 3 for, I believe that was Malachi Smith. And it is back to a 5-point game off that three. 84 to 79 now. And a timeout for Mike Brown and the Knicks. Keenar said, Cam Thomas, that's the first time I heard anyone say they needed him on a winning team. Jesus Del Rosario, what's up, Jesus? Yeah, Cam Thomas, you know, when he got waived by the Nets and picked up by the Milwaukee Bucks, he did come out and say, oh man, the Nets, they don't believe in anybody over there. And then proceeded to go over the Milwaukee Bucks and ultimately lose his rotation spot and is no longer in the rotation, pretty much. He just doesn't seem to get it. He just does not seem to get how organized basketball works, man. Keenar said, Kawhi going nowhere. MPJ has like $50 million contract. Booker, now that's interesting. I don't think Booker's going anywhere. Booker's not going anywhere. The Kawhi situation is interesting. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with his contract. I don't think the spineless commissioner of the NBA is looking to do anything with that. I think he wants to sweep that whole situation under the rug and pretend it never happened. Booker, I don't think, is going anywhere from Phoenix. Phoenix actually has a really interesting situation now. You know, they were a good team, probably would have been a top 6 seed if they would have had their full slate of healthy players available to them. Greg Williams, what's up, Greg? Detroit needs Bam for Miami. That'd be cool. I don't think Bam's going from Miami anytime soon. He's quickly rising the ranks of like all-time leading scorer. Not scorer. Well, yeah, scorer, but like all-time leader in a bunch of categories there. He's been there so long. He's not going anywhere. They love Bam Adebayo over there. MPJ's got a $50 million contract for sure, but the Detroit Pistons, they're going to have to spend their money, and nobody is really hitting free agency like that anymore. And they might have to start cashing in some of those young guys before they start losing value and before you have to start actually paying them. You know, shout out Ron Holland, but it might be the Ron Hollands of the world. Sasser, I could see being moved. They got this Dennis Jenkins situation going on now. So, yeah, they're going to have to cash in their pieces at some point. Eric C said, been in and out of the stream tonight. You're under the weather at all? A little bit. Looks like you're coughing and sound a little congested. Hope you're well. Yeah, a little congested. Spring is on its way, brother. Spring is on its way. And allergies hit me like a truck. So, just a little bit. I feel fine. Just a little congested. It happens. I got asthma, so allergies, they affect me really bad. Really bad. Just that's an 8 for 22 from 3. Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of game. Like, we didn't even go over the box score of the team stats. There's not really anything to extrapolate from this game. It's just, you walk out with a win, you walk out fully healthy, and you move on to the next one. And it's going to be the same situation against Washington. I was, and we were all hoping for an easy night tonight. Shout out as Alvarado turns it over, but he gets the steal right back. He gets it over to Brunson, a right corner 3 for Brunson. Throws up an air ball. Jalen Brunson just off tonight. Just off. Off night for Brunson. Off night for majority of guys. They throw a lob up top to Johnson, and he throws down a dunk. Big time dunk for Johnson. Nice highlight play. Eric said, well, thanks for the hard work. Always make it worth a follow. Hit those like. Appreciate you, Eric. Appreciate you. Brunson up top. 3-point game. 84-81. 11-0 run for the Nets to get back into this one. Brunson gets it over to Clarkson. Over to Bridges. Bridges being guarded by Smith. Coming to his left off an Alvarado. Off a Clarkson screen. Bridges picks up his handle. Hits Brunson come back door. Brunson stops. Puts up the jumper at the buzzer. Does not get it off in time. And how many shot clock violations have the Knicks suffered here tonight? That's got to be like the 4th or 5th one here tonight. My goodness, man. Leeway, she said Zintek. I try not to really take anything. I try not to. I don't love having to medicate up to deal with allergies. You have to. I'm going to have to at some point, but because it does get bad. A moving screen on the Nets there. A moving screen on the Nets. The ball will go back to the Knicks now. We got 6:30 to go. We are approaching the halfway point. Just that's a 21 assist. I remember when 40 was a minimum. No, 30 was a minimum. Let's not get crazy with 40. 40 is an excellent shooting night. 30 is the minimum. So 21 assists for the Knicks is not too far off, but it's been a bad offensive game from the Knicks. They got 84 points with 6:30 to go. This is a team that averages around 110 or over 110, I believe. Robinson up top, being guarded by Johnson. Fakes the handoff, keeps it, gets it over to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right off the Robinson screen. Tries to get it over to Clarkson. Saraf knocks it loose. Brunson now over to Clarkson. He's going to put up a deep logo 3. He's going to miss it. Wide left, hit the backboard. Doesn't even touch the rim. And the Knicks just heaving up shots here tonight. Malachi Smith has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Smith coming to his right. Kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson's been off all night from 3. And he continues to be off as he misses that one with a long rebound. Finds his way to Smith. Over to Saraf. Down the lane. Knocks down the scoop layup. Where's Mo Diawara? Get Mo Diawara back in the game. What are we doing? What do we got out there? Clarkson? Get Clarkson out of here. Get Mo in there. It's a 1-point game, by the way. So the Nets not going anywhere. We thought maybe the Knicks were finally going to be able to pull away. Brunson being guarded by Saraf. Brunson gets it over to Clarkson. They swing it around the Anunoby. Left corner 3 for OG. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Over to Minot. And Malachi Smith gets a run, or Agbaji gets a run out. One-handed slam in the lead for the Brooklyn Nets. 15-0 run. 15-0 run. Like, come on, man. Come on. What are we doing? Brunson coming to his right off the screen. Mid-range pull-up jumper for Brunson. Comes up short. Rebound to the Nets, and the Knicks continue to be scoreless, man. They continue to be scoreless here. What are we doing? Anthony Towns is at the scores table getting ready to check back in. Smith gets it over to Minot. Minot gets it over to, who is this? Saraf. Saraf on the right wing being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his left. Brunson switched on to Saraf. Crosses over to his right. Spins to his left. Loses his balance. Kicks it out. A 3 from Agbaji at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Bridges. Comes Brunson. Brunson bringing it down. 4:30 to go. Brunson crosses over, gets it over to Anunoby, takes the lane, crosses over, kicks it out to Clarkson, extra pass to Bridges. Bridges the straightaway 3, wide open, can't get it to go. Rebound to the Nets. Where's Mo Diawara, man? Get Mo. I think Mo should have closed this game out, man. 0 field goals over the last 5.5 minutes for the Knicks. The next time they score will probably be at the 6-minute mark. I mean, it will probably be half this quarter without a bucket. Absolutely horrendous fourth quarter for the Knicks so far. If you want to take any solace in anything, the Boston Celtics are down by 3 to the tanking Memphis Grizzlies with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. So, if we want to take any solace, there's that. But the Knicks struggling. All right, let's bring up these scores here as we got the timeout. Who being disappointing? Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Let me blow my nose real quick. Four minutes to go in this game. Pistons have pulled away from the Warriors, and they're going to, end up winning this game by double figures. Good job by the Pistons handling business. The Rockets pulling away from the Hawks is going to end their 11-game winning streak there. Riaz said, get Mo and Towns back in there. Towns is going to come back in. I wished he would put Mo Diawara back in. I thought the offense was really moving and grooving with Mo out there. He was being a really good connective passer. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? The way the Knicks are playing against under 500 teams is a no-brainer for sure. Plus 18.5. That was way too much. Cyril to Tube? What's up, Cyril? Knicks look like playing to lose? I don't think the Knicks are playing to lose. I think they're playing not to lose, which is different than playing to win. I think is where they're at right now. 1 point lead for the Nets, and they get the ball. They get it up top. Wide open three for Danny Wolf. This could be a tough one. He can't get it to go. Can't get it to go. Brunson will bring it down against Ochai Agbaji here. Brunson up top. Gets it over to Towns. They got Brunson, Alvarado. Towns gets it back to Brunson. Kicks out to Anunoby. A left wing three for OG. In and out, can't get it to stay. They got Brunson, Alvarado, Towns, Anunoby, and Bridges out there. They get it over to Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf fakes the handoff, keeps it, hands it off to Traore, swings through to his right, down the lane against Towns, bumps, gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for two. 3:30 to go. Yak said missed open threes and turnovers. Yep. The Nets have done a really good job of being aggressive in the passing lanes and, against our ball handlers, making the Knicks uncomfortable. The Knicks just not handling the pressure well at all. I just don't think they showed up for a game that was going to be this physical. They did not expect that from the Nets, and the Nets have given it to them. Absolutely. Who being said if they lose this, it just might be their wake-up call. I don't think they really need a wake-up call. Maybe a wake-up call to actually play up to competition. But, yeah, it would be a tough loss for sure. Traore knocks down the second free throw. Knocks down both of them. 3-point lead. 84-87. Brunson bringing it down against Saraf. Brunson coming to his left. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to Towns. Towns, left wing, being guarded by Danny Wolf. Driving it down. Has him in the post. Drop step. One-legged. Fall-away jumper. Draws the foul. That's another foul on Wolf, and Towns comes up short on the jump shot, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Buzzer Beater said, what is going on? Knicks now find themselves in a clutch situation against the Brooklyn Nets, which is not where you want to be. Keenar said, we're revenge screwing their draft pick. Yeah, there are Brooklyn Nets fans who are like, no, not again. Just that said, Mitch minus 13 is pathetic. Mitch was really good tonight, just as dead. You got to stop relying on that plus-minus stat, brother. That plus-minus stat doesn't give you any context. It's the worst stat in basketball. I hate that they have it on the box score. Russell Field. Appreciate you, brother. Go Knicks. Hopefully they pull it off. Towns knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Greg Williams said each team just needs that one good player. Just need Buddy Hield? Buddy Hield, brother? Eric C. said, this is a very bad game. Was thinking book club pregame? I know, man. I know. I'm with you. At some point, I was like, all right, we'll blow it open at some point, like we did against the Warriors. Well, they didn't do it against the Warriors, like they did against the Jazz, and they did against the Pacers in that second game, and just hasn't been the case. To get it out to Danny Wolf, attacking to his left, down the lane against Towns, scoop layup, can't get it to go. Good defense from Towns. Here comes Bridges bringing it down the other way. Hit ahead to Diawara, who's in the game, by the way. We asked for it, we got it. Gets it over to Towns for a three. Can't get the open three to go down. And the Knicks still trail by one. We got Diawara in the game, though. We got Mo Diawara in the game to close this one out. Yes, sir, Mo, you deserve it. You deserve it tonight. Mo Diawara with 8, 6, and 5. They get it out to Danny Wolf. Extra pass, Traore, the open left wing 3. Wide right on that one. Bridges chases down the rebound, gets it over to Diawara, hands it off to Brunson. Brunson will bring it down. Got 2:30 to go here in this fourth. Knicks trail by 1 against the Brooklyn Nets. Brunson down the lane, leans in, puts up the floater, off glass, got it to go. There's the captain, putting on the cape a little bit in that play. Here comes Traore. Brunson has how many tonight? 14, 6 for 18 from the floor. Absolutely horrendous game from Brunson shooting-wise. 7 assists to go along with 14 points. Danny Wolf has it up top, hands it off to Traore. Traore off the handoff, down the lane. Kicks it out up top. Minot catches, pump fake, down the lane, to his left, in the paint. Steps through, layup, can't get it to go. A lot of contact, no foul call. Minot looking for the foul, doesn't get it. Towns with the rebound, here comes Brunson. Brunson and the Knicks hold on to a 1-point lead with under 2 minutes to go. Brunson being guarded by Minot. Coming to his left, swings it out to Bridges, extra pass to Diawara. Back to Bridges, back to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Danny Wolf on a switch. He's going to look to attack here. Brunson gets to his mid-range, in and out dribble, mid-range pull-up jumper. Brunson got it. I mean, the captain's just going to put the cape on to close this one out. And here come the Nets. 3-point lead for the Knicks now. LP said the plus-minus is worthless as the LeBron metric. I'm not too familiar with the LeBron metric. I know some people love it. I know some people hate it. But at least that's an advanced metric that takes a lot into account. The plus-minus stat is absolutely useless. A 3 from Minot, can't get it to go. Brunson the rebound. Minot, a little bit of a heave there. Very desperate. And the Knicks walking it down the other way. Brunson coming to his left. Pocket pass to Towns. Rolling down the lane. Layup. Got it to go for Karl-Anthony Towns as it rolled around the rim a little bit there. Towns very upset, very animated. Wanted the foul call, but I think celebrating a little bit too. Finishing through the contact. I can't tell. He was yelling at somebody. I don't know if it was directed towards the officials or what. But the Knicks now with a 5-point lead with a minute to go. All right, hold on, Knicks. Hold on. Leroy Whitted, what's up, Leroy? Appreciate you, brother. He said, don't need a 3. Cat, Brunson. Brunson burner, absolutely. Situational bucket. I mean, Brunson couldn't buy a basket all night until the final 2 minutes of the game. Brunson was like, oh, that's right. I'm Jalen Brunson. And just knocked down a floater, knocked down a mid-range shot, had a nice pocket pass to Karl-Anthony Towns rolling to the rim, and, generated 6 points for the New York Knicks there, along with Karl-Anthony Towns. The 2 stars closing this one out, as they tend to do. Jeff Fan, what's up, Jeff Fan? Big body Brunson. Put the cape on. Captain, put the cape on, right? It is what it is. Chi said, can you run Detroit score real quick? Yeah, we can go around the league. Detroit blew out the Golden State Warriors 115-101. We can take a look at the box score, but no Cade Cunningham, we know this. Porzingis, only 11 minutes went out. So, there was that. Green, DeAnthony Melton, Podziemski, and Guy Santos were out there, struggling by themselves. We go over to the Pistons. Harris, Robinson, Duran, Thompson, and Dennis Jenkins, the starting point guard. Now, he had 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists tonight for Dennis Jenkins. A bounce-back game for Dennis Jenkins, who's really been struggling. As far as that Celtics game, they're now trailing by 4 to the Grizzlies at the end of the third quarter. So, again, take some solace in the fact that the Celtics struggling against the tanking Grizzlies as the Knicks are struggling against the tanking Nets tonight. Take some solace in that. Traore has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Traore dancing with it, coming to his left, crossing back over to his right, down the lane against Towns, who play with the right hand, can't get it to go. Well contested by Towns. Diawara the rebound, shoves it over to Brunson, and Diawara with 8, 7, and 5 tonight. Don't let it go unnoticed, man. Bullet pass from Towns inside the Diawara, kicks back out Brunson. Brunson gets trapped, over to Towns. Towns, pass fake, kicks out the Diawara. Diawara attacking to his left, kicks back over to Towns. Left corner, left wing 3. Towns comes up short. Long rebound goes out of bounds. 24 seconds to go, and this one is pretty much going to be over. Unless some shenanigans happen. They can knock down this 3 and make this a 2-point game. Riaz said, hey, how we had to struggle so much this game. Our bench should have been playing the final 5 minutes in garbage time. It should have. They give Traore the open layup, and they get it into Diawara, hands it off to Brunson, gets it over to Bridges. Bridges gets fouled by Danny Wolf. That fouls him out of the game. With 12 seconds to go, this one is over. No free throws, though, so they're going to have to foul again. Absolutely, Riaz. But sometimes it happens, unfortunately. Sometimes it happens, unfortunately. I'm with you. We could be upset and annoyed at the way the game has played out for the most part, but it happens. It happens. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Like I said, take solace in the fact that the mighty Boston Celtics are in a 1-point dogfight against the tanking Memphis Grizzlies. The G League Grizzlies, right? Knicks struggling against the G League Nets. Celtics struggling against the G League Grizzlies. Now, maybe the Celtics will do what the Knicks should have done and ultimately pull away here into this. Why did I pull up the Grizzlies thing? I wanted to go to the box score. Now, not hopefully, the Celtics will probably do the thing that the Knicks should have done tonight and pull away into this fourth quarter. But they're trailing by 3, 90-87. Against Omax Prosper, Taylor Hendricks, Jalen Wells, Ty Jerome, and Javon Small starting lineup. Tyler Burton off the bench is giving them 20. Shout out Tyler Burton. I mean, DeJon Giroux was giving them 11. Cam Spencer giving them 11. We know Cam Spencer. But, DeJon Giroux is, I assume, how you pronounce this young man's name. 6'5" wing out of Houston. He's a rookie. G League guy. Again, they're struggling again. 28 years old. Struggling against the Grizzlies G League team. It happens to the best of them. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, it could happen to the best of them. As long as you pull off the victory and nobody got hurt, we'll walk away. I'll walk away with a smile on my face. NBM said Knicks can win ugly. That is also a very important skill to do, is win the games that you're not playing well in, right? And it doesn't matter who the competition is. The Knicks will walk away with a victory, only scoring 92 points tonight. Disgusting outcome. Kolek is in the game. Lobs it over to Brunson. Brunson ultimately gets fouled by Traore. 10 seconds to go. Just that said, St. John scored 79. Easy. Eric C. said, just hit free throws. They're called free for a reason. They are indeed. They are indeed. David Hosh Jr. said, Chef, stay extra Boston in dogfight. Boston is in a dogfight. They are in a dogfight. It could happen to the best of them. I mean, they're trailing by 5. Trailing by 5. Brunson, all he's got to do is knock down his free throws. Knock down your free throws, JB. Knock down your free throws. So he knocks down the first one. There you go. The Rockets blowing it open against the Atlanta Hawks tonight. Going to end the Hawks' 11-game winning streak. Big-time win for the Rockets there. The Grizzlies running it up on the Celtics right now. They're up by 7. The Blazers and the Timberwolves locked in a tight one here. How's my guy Scoot Henderson doing? I'm holding on to all my Scoot Henderson stock, man. Next year is the last year. Next year is the last year we got for Scoot Henderson stock, and he is 11 points tonight on 4 for 10 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 steals though. Yeah, pretty bad. Traore knocks down a 3. It's a 1-point game. It's a 1-point game. Great. Shout out Traore. Big time shot. Brunson missed the free throw, so that's how that happened. Just that said 93 unacceptable. It's not that big of a deal, big dog. Not that big of a deal. As long as you walk out with a victory, you'll be all right. David Jr. said Celtics lose. We're 1 game back in them in the loss column. Absolutely. Now I don't expect the Celtics to lose against that Grizzlies team. They'll find a way to pull it out, but you never know. Now the Knicks need to handle the business here. They're up by 1. They do have the ball. There's 5 seconds to go. So. Leroy said, they felt bad beating the Nets by 50 last time. Wanted to make it a game for them tonight. Joe's dad said 8 for 29 from 3 and 16 of them were wide open. Yeah, I mean, I would argue maybe all of them were wide open. Maybe not all of them. But you know what I mean. Like, yeah. I mean, the offense was bad. They put up 93 points. Offense was bad. My number one goal is getting to the playoffs as healthy as possible, man. It's my number one goal. We got 5 seconds to go here. The Knicks have the ball. All they really got to do is inbound it. All you really got to do is inbound it. Kolek is the inbounder. Tyler Kolek throws it in the backcourt to Towns. Towns gets fouled by Jorge. And with 5 seconds to go, Towns at the foul line for 2. Towns, I believe, has been perfect from the foul line. So, Haitian Mike, what's up, Haitian Mike? The team Knicks scare me. That team Knicks scare me. The Knicks scare you, Haitian Mike? I mean, they've been so inconsistent this year. I get it. I get it. Just that said, McHale 9-7-2 in 36 minutes. Yeah, I mean, his offense has just not been good. We've talked about it. We've iterated on it so many times. Towns at the foul line for 2 free throws. Knock down your free throws, Big Cat. Leroy said, they watch too much NCAA tournament games. Enjoy the remainder of your evening. Towns misses a free throw. All right. All right. So Towns has to knock down this next one. You have to. That was his first missed free throw of the night. He was 11 for 11 from the foul line. And then he missed that one. All right, Cat, come on. Come on. Karl Anthony Towns. Misses 2. Fight for the loose ball rebound. The Nets get the rebound. 1 point game. They could steal it here. They could steal it here. 3 seconds to go. Diawara did a good job battling for that rebound. I'm going to find a way to compliment Mo Diawara every single time. No matter what he does, I'm going to find a way to compliment Mo Diawara. Mo Diawara did a really good job there battling for that rebound to knock a couple of seconds off the clock. 2.9 on the clock. Mark said, I can. Just that at 11 for 13. Look, man, come up with the defensive stop. Don't lose at the end against the Brooklyn Nets here, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. What do you want me to tell you? Don't do it, Knicks. Don't do it. Don't do it to us. Hubian said, I'm still delusional in thinking that they're intentionally tanking the first half to train for comebacks. It's not the worst idea. Not the worst theory I've ever heard, Hubian. Not the worst theory I've ever heard. Rhea said, imagine the Nets get a 3 and win the game. Disastrous ending. Jeez Louise, let me blow my nose. That would indeed be a disastrous ending for the Knicks. John Paul Estrada, what's up, John? He said, please, MPJ, win this. Well, unfortunately for the Nets, MPJ is not available for them. Angel A1 Roman said, my goodness, bro, don't imagine. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to pull up the schedule there because sometimes that could spoil us. So we got 3 seconds to go. All the Knicks got to do is play 3 seconds of defense. It's not hard. It's not hard. Drake Powell gets it into Johnson. Robinson knocks it away. 1.5 on the clock. Good defense from Robinson. And they knocked it in the backcourt, too. So 1.5. Powell gets it into Saraf. He's going to have to heave it from the half-court line well short. Not even close. And the Knicks pull off the victory. All right. All right. All right. There you go. They pulled off the victory. Rhea said if the Nets win this, they are going to celebrate like they won the finals. As they should. As they should. But the Knicks pulled it off. The Knicks pulled it off. Just that said, I'm thinking of becoming a Lakers fan. Do what you got to do, brother. Do what you got to do. Just that said, Ned's bench was all hyped. I mean, they competed. It was fun. It looked like maybe Mikal Bridges got a piece of it. That last attempt by Saraf. Yeah, I think Mikal Bridges got a piece of it. He did. He put his finger up and he's saying, I blocked it. So they didn't even have an opportunity to shoot it. Isaiah Garner said, I was scared for a sec. Never in doubt, brother. Never in doubt. Mark said, from winning by 53 to winning by 1. Ian Parkins said bad. Not a performance we're going to remember for the New York Knicks. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. We will not be remembering this performance from the Knicks. All right, let's go around the league. I don't even want to go through the box, but we don't have to. I will say, you know what? The one guy I want to take a look at, there's one guy. You guys know. You guys know I'm going to hype him up no matter what he does. No matter what he does. My player of the game. Mo Diawara, baby. Mo Diawara, 19 minutes off the bench tonight. 8 points, 2 for 4 from 3. All of his shots coming from three-point range. 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Only 1 turnover for Mo Diawara. He was a plus 10 tonight. He was a plus 10, right? As long as the plus minus is going to tell me that Mo Diawara played well, I'm going to trust the plus minus despite it being my most hated stat. Great night from Mo. Great night from Mo. He also came up with a block as well. Mo Diawara, baby. Mo Diawara. I thought he was utterly fantastic tonight. My guy, Mo. My guy, Mo. Brunson was 7 for 19, 17 and 8 for Brunson. Towns was 7 for 16, 26 and 15 for Anthony Towns. He missed the 2 free throws at the end there. That made it interesting. Outside of that, I mean, Anunoby chipped in 16, I guess, on a lot of dunks for OG Anunoby tonight. Bridges had 9, 8, and 2. At least he was attacking the glass and rebounding. 9 points is just not going to cut it, Mikhail. Can you give us like a 20-point explosion so we could feel good about you again? 3 points for Landry Shaman. He knocked down 1 3. That was it. Landry's mired in a funk as well. Boy, oh boy, am I missing Deuce McBride. Mitchell Robinson, 3 points, 10 boards, 3 blocks, a steal. Shout out Big Mitch. I thought he was very good defensively tonight. Also picked up 4 offensive rebounds. Solid Mitchell Robinson game. 1 for 5 from the foul line. Like, come on, Mitch. Come on. At least go 2 for 5 from the foul line for 40%. At least get to your average. Creations Scripts. What's up, Creations? Are you going to watch the Celtics game? Probably not. I mean, we'll stick around as we talk about these games at the end here. We'll go over the schedule coming up and what game we're watching tomorrow. But tomorrow is Saturday, right? Or Friday? What day is today? Today's Friday? Today is Friday. So tomorrow's Saturday. So depending on Riaz, oh my goodness, Riaz with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, brother. My goodness. You don't got to do all of that. I appreciate that. He said, thanks for the live, Sheffy. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight, Riaz. Thank you for that, man. Thank you. So tomorrow's Saturday. We'll take a look at the schedule, but the Knicks, I believe, play Sunday, right? And so the routine we've done is trying to cover as many games as we can on Sunday. So we'll check out what the schedule is looking like in a second here before we fully sign off. But Celtics and Grizzlies still locked in that tight one. I fully expect the Celtics to pull this victory off, but they're locked in a tight one. Again, take some solace in the fact that this mighty Boston Celtics, who don't play down to the competition, I've been touting them as like, oh, the Celtics don't play down to the competition. That's not an issue they have. They're struggling against the tanking G League Grizzlies tonight, the same way the Knicks were struggling against the tanking G League Nets tonight. Kind of is what it is sometimes. Sometimes. It could happen to the best of them. The Thunder lost to the injured Milwaukee Bucks earlier in the season too, so there's that. They also lost to the Pacers earlier in the season, about a month and a half ago. So there's that. There's that. Happens to the best of them. You just don't want it to be a nightly thing, and right now for the Knicks, it's kind of feeling like a nightly thing. As far as that, so the Knicks win, the Pistons win. We're all hoping for Celtics loss here, as the Knicks are trying to battle into that 2 seed, maybe even possibly the 1 seed. We'll see how the season continues to play out. But outside of that, Blazers and Timberwolves locked in a tight one. Rockets are blowing out the Hawks. We've talked about that. Raptors and Nuggets locked in a tight one. They're at halftime, 57-53 there. As far as tomorrow's slate, what are we looking at? We got, so no Knicks on Saturday, Knicks on Sunday here, right? So the Knicks have the Wizards on Sunday. It's a 7:30 start time. No real early game, so no Sunday basketball. We got no Sunday basketball this Sunday, so maybe we do a game tomorrow. But the Knicks play on Sunday. Timberwolves Celtics are Sunday as well. So unfortunately, we're going to cover our Knicks game. Like, I really would want to watch the Celtics Timberwolves game. I don't, like, the Knicks should blow out the Wizards, the tanking Wizards. But we said that about the tanking Nets, and we said that about the tanking Golden State Warriors, or the G League Warriors. And all of those have been close games. So we're going to tune into our Knicks game. We don't miss Knicks games. They take priority over every other team, even though they're going to be playing the terrible Washington Wizards. But we'll obviously also keep an eye on a second monitor of the Timberwolves Celtics game. So the Knicks start at 7:30. I guess we could do Trailblazers Nuggets going into Knicks on Sunday, or we could just do the one Knicks game. We could do a game tomorrow if there's a good one on. Lakers Magic, not too interested in. Cavs Pelicans, not too interested in. Warriors, Hawks, Heat, Raptors. Heat, Rockets could be interesting. Tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday. It is indeed. It is indeed. Just that said, at least Cat is self-aware enough to admit he was trash at the end. Oh, for sure. For sure. These guys know. Zane said, can't wait to see the Knicks struggle against the Wizards. Looking forward to it. I'm with you, Zane. I'm with you. Like I said, we expected them to blow out the G League Warriors. They did not. It was a dogfight to the end. We expected them to blow out the tanking Nets, and they did not. It was a dogfight to the end. So, definitely looking forward to them being in a close game against the Washington Wizards, because that's how it's gone for the Knicks as of late. I don't know what to do with the schedule, y'all. What do you think? We got Bucks, Suns, 76ers, Jazz, Clippers, Mavs. These are the late games, and no Bucks, no Jazz. So those games are out. This is tomorrow's slate. Counts as a win in the standings. It does. It does indeed. Clippers, Mavs. Mavs have been bad lately, so I'm good on that. Spurs, Pacers. Not watching the Pacers. They're not playing the Knicks. They're not playing hard. Heat Rockets is the most interesting game tomorrow, I guess. Heat Rockets. We got Heat Rockets. Just that said, Nets threw it into the backcourt with 1.5 seconds left. The front office called in the play for the tank. They didn't have any options, man. They didn't have any options. Knicks did a good job playing the now defense. Just that said, take Saturday off. We could take Saturday off. We got the Knicks on Sunday. I guess we'll take Saturday off. There's not really a game that's pulling me to watch it. Like, Heat Rockets, cool, but we got Blazers, Nuggets on Sunday. Maybe we'll do 2 games on Sunday. We'll do Blazers, Nuggets. We'll watch that game, and then we'll tune into Wizards, Knicks. You know, I wish the Knicks weren't playing that night so we could watch Timberwolves Celtics, which is obviously the game of the night, but Knicks take priority. We're watching the Knicks game. So, unfortunately, we're going to watch the Knicks play the terrible Wizards while the Timberwolves and the Celtics are playing, and it should be a good game there. Nate Yak said Mitch caused the last-second heave. Yeah, he did. He knocked the ball loose, knocked it back into the backcourt, where they had it in the front court previously off the timeout, and only 1.5 seconds on the clock. They had nobody to get open, and so they just threw it into Saraf. The Knicks were like, yeah, go ahead, give it to Saraf, and he'll throw up a half-court heave. Bridges came up with the block anyway, and that was it. Chichi said, did we take second? We did not take second yet. Riaz with the subscription as well. Appreciate you, Riaz. Again, we are, if you don't know Riaz, we are live at least 6 days a week, right? So I try to take one day off just to rest and get some things set up for the next week. But we are live 6 days a week. The Knicks are my favorite team, so they take priority over every other game, right? Despite the fact that the game of the night on Sunday will be Celtics versus Timberwolves, my Knicks are playing. So I got to cover the Knicks game. It is what it is. I'm never going to go back on that. K. Hayes said Bam's going to drop 90 on the Rockets. Ime Udoka's too good of a coach to let that happen. So the Celtics are up by 7 now on the Grizzlies with 2 minutes to go, just like the Knicks. Pulled away just enough at the last second there to pick up the victory. We'll see if the Grizzlies make it as interesting as the Nets did. But no, it doesn't look like it. Now they're up 9. So the Celtics are going to win. So all 3 teams in the East on the top 3 of the conference pulled off their wins. Detroit has locked up their playoff seed as well. Not seed, but locked in, if I can speak properly. The Detroit Pistons have locked in making the playoffs this year. So they can lose every game the remainder of the season, and they will not fall below the 6th seed. That is what that means. They locked it in there. 51-19 on the season. Boston would jump up to 47-23, and the Knicks have jumped up to 46-25. So it's going to get harder for these teams as the season goes on. We went through all 3 of these teams' schedule. We're keeping an eye on it. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because I think all 3 have like pretty substantial, difficult games coming up. I think all 3 of them play the Oklahoma City Thunder one more time. The Knicks are going to go play the Thunder at OKC, so that's going to be a tough one. But obviously, Detroit without Cade Cunningham, we could see them going on a little bit of a slide here. The Celtics were in a close one against Grizzlies today. The Knicks were in a close one against the Nets. These 2 teams will be battling for, obviously, playoff positioning and for maybe even the number 1 seed. But we'll see how it plays out. We will see. But with that being said, we're gonna wrap this one up. So no game tomorrow. we'll see if we can get 2 games going on Sunday. We'll definitely be doing the Knicks game, obviously, so definitely 1 on Sunday, but we'll see. Maybe we can get 2 on Sunday. I try to, Sundays is kind of like a free day for me. I don't work on Sundays, so if we can cover as much basketball as possible. It's just, I don't know about Nuggets, Timberwolves, or Nuggets, Trailblazers. Might as well. It's the game on. We can do it. We can go for 2 in a row and still end the night pretty early because it's a 7:30 tip-off for the Knicks. So we don't have to go too late on a Sunday or start too early. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you, Riaz, for his generosity tonight. Extremely generous of you, big dog. Thank you for that. We will take tomorrow off, but we will be back on Sunday for probably both games. But with that being said, thank you to all of the channel members. Whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become a member all on your own, I appreciate your generosity nonetheless. And with that being said, remember, guys, brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.